Lewis Hamilton, now at Ferrari, dares to dream of a record 8th F1 world title. The Tifosi will be hoping the Brits can bring glory back to Italy. To many, Ferrari and Formula One are inseparable. They're the only team in the sport today to have competed in the first World Championship in 1950, are the most successful team in history and have built some absolutely gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant and best-loved champions, he drove the iconic Ferrari 500 and defended his title the year after. It was Juan Manuel Fangio in his Ferrari 250 who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s, and the cars back then were beautiful, and they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alain Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren. Ferrari are truly Formula One's top team. Forza Ferrari.
Chick that used to dance a lot. Every night she'd be on the floor shaking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't want to know, forget her. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around.
Might get a bit of someone here. If I can hear that. You don't hear it? Ah, it's people playing about with you. We should just leave things alone.
Spread the word
Here we go.
I guess never did that. Can you read it? He was sitting there, he's messing about your knobs.
Honestly. All right, how are we, Ali?
Brilliant, mate. Fantastic, in fact. How about you?
I'm all right.
I've not seen you for ages.
Well, I haven't. You're never here.
Oh, don't give us your batter. Don't you give us your batter.
I've got a picture on my wall now.
Anyway, I've got to dig you up.
Sim got me it. He said, there's a picture of your mate.
Well, Sim's got you a lot recently, do you know?
Talk to me.
Sim's got you a lot recently. Do you want to explain that to me?
No.
I've got to say, I was absolutely howling with laughter when I was watching you drinking that Rangers Cup.
Yeah, but the way
But
he
you know
hit it,
what?
didn't he?
I know.
He hit it.
But
Yeah,
I tell you, I'll say
playing this first simply the best. No, turned it around.
You looked at home. You looked comfortable.
No, I didn't.
You did?
No, I didn't.
I thought you looked really comfortable with that Rangers Cup in your
The
hand.
other side of it, third favourites for the Premier League.
They turned you over though, didn't they? That was poor.
Well,
it was
listen,
poor.
I've
For my sister had a bit up in kind of Perthshire up that way as well, but I think Aberdeen sure get the worst of it.
yeah, with the Bankery.
Bankery,
I
aye.
got battered.
It's a lovely wee spot, Bankery.
I spoke once up there a long time ago.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, nice people.
You got to Bankery's lovely. It's a lovely wee spot.
Yeah.
So what you been? I'm not even sure. Christmas, New Year, good. Family, good. Everybody good. Wee girls, good.
Yeah, all good. Glad the grandkids are great, aren't they?
Great, yeah.
But it's hard work.
Mate, there was one point in our house with 21,
Did you really?
and of course we've got a new wee granddaughter.
Well,
now.
that's too many.
We've got it's far too many. I don't mind telling you because none of them are listening. Far too many.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think it was 15 for dinner.
Well done, man. Where'd they all come from, man?
Oh, it's family. I
They're
just,
not orphanage down the road.
just turn up for a free meal. Bad turkey.
Your big fella played last night, but you don't know the score.
Don't know the
yet.
score.
Ask the score. Someone will tell you.
Did a game behind closed. Oh, it was behind closed doors.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're preparing for the Celtic game.
What game?
Cup. Oh, do you not even know? My big fella signed for Auchinleck.
Oh, but it didn't go through in time, did it?
No, he's cup tied.
That's there a right bunch of blue noses as well. Oh dear.
That's it.
Oh,
I'm going.
they'll be turning out.
Hey,
They'll be down the
I'm
churchyard
going.
digging a few people up to get to that game.
I'm going.
You're not.
I'm sure you better believe it. I wish it was in Auchinleck. It's a Kilmarnock.
Oh, is it?
I wish it was in Auchinleck. I really do. I tell you, there's a brilliant story, right? Auchinleck. I'm sure it was Auchinleck won the Scottish, right? I did the game. I did the commentary. Auchinleck won the Scottish Cup, and the police, right, had to change their route back to Auchinleck. They wouldn't have let them go through Cumnock. They would.
I was going to say it's near Cumnock, isn't it?
They wouldn't have let them go through Cumnock because all the Cumnock boys were waiting on them.
Oh no,
It's great. It's terrible, isn't it?
that's where Georgie Burley's from, Cumnock.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Aye.
Anyway, the reason why we're waffling on is I don't want to get onto this VAR check. Do you?
Oh, mate. Okay, it was, dear me. I was sitting watching it last night. Diabolical. Honestly.
5 minutes.
It must have been. I made a cup of tea and I boiled an egg and a half. So it must have been about 5 minutes.
What are we going to do about it? Can we do anything? It's just week after week after week.
Yeah, do you know? Well, you tell me. I did 3. I did 3 FA Cup ties, right? I did Wrexham. I did Man United Brighton, and I did the Liverpool game on Monday night. No VAR, no VAR, and everybody just loved it.
Aye.
There was a flow to the game. Do you know what I mean? There was 1 or 2 wee incidents, get people talking.
I think they make it up though. You know, Haaland are like, is his bum offside? Is it onside?
mate,
What do you reckon, guys? Let's have a vote.
See if we're looking at that. It's a goal, I think, you know. I just thought it was and then, but there's 4 or 5 minutes, the delay, it's just, I thought.
Anyway, how good Semenyo. Great start.
Oh, what a start for him, mate. He looks the real deal, doesn't he?
And what do you make of Manchester United now? Because it's City, Man United against City the weekend.
Well, you never know what's going to happen there, do you? Derby game, obviously. I mean,
Michael Carrick, I thought.
they'll get a boost with the new coaching team coming in. That said, you've got to fancy City looking at it now. I know I think they had 3 draws before their victory last night. But Semenyo looks as though he's given the whole place a lift, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, they need it, don't they?
Yeah.
And the other one tonight, how do you see this going?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not.
You know what Arsenal are going to be like, but you just don't know what Chelsea are going to be
That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't know about you, but I look at Chelsea and I think they're going to. I just think you're going to get a better level of performance against the better opposition for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I think they need 2-0. 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to get it.
No. I mean,
But they can turn on Chelsea, especially at the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've had some good performances against some of the bigger, more fancied sides. So, no, I was a wee bit disappointed last night in the game. I don't know, maybe I built it up too much myself, Alan, but I was just a wee bit disappointed in the game. I mean, City were comfortable, but Newcastle was slightly disappointing.
Yeah.
So the great chance early on with Visa, goalie makes a save. Apart from that, I didn't have an awful lot going. A couple of wee chances at the end. Balls come into Voltamada. Apart from that, I didn't think it was an awful lot.
There's a big game coming up. Spurs West Ham.
Oh, mate.
What is going on at Spurs? Dear, oh dear.
What's going on at West Ham?
I know, well, yeah. Well, West Ham's every week, but Tottenham is beginning to become every week now, isn't it?
I mean, that's a massive game.
Shocking.
Do you know what I was saying? I think I said the other day when I was on a blather about it. See that game, Al? It's actually more about the team that loses than the team that wins. This is what it's become. It's terrible. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll be all over, no matter who wins that game, the media, ourselves included, will be all over who loses it.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, Real Madrid make a change, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Some carry on that, wasn't it?
And
did you see the big, what a pop he had? What's his name? The
old chairman?
No, the fighter, the Khabib, the famous fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh, he's the right pop at Real Madrid.
Is he?
He's the right go to Mbappe and Vinicius Jr.
Why?
And by the way, if I was Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, I'd just take it because he wouldn't want to take it.
Why?
He was sticking up for Alonso.
Was he?
Yeah. He said diabolical. He's been forced to leave.
Tell me it was a great game, Real Madrid Barcelona. I didn't see it.
I watched the highlights. I watched the highlights, mate. There was a wee period, I think, about 5 minutes just before half time. It was all kicking off. There was 3 goals. It was just, I mean, some quality in that game.
So we're on at Barcelona Champions League or not?
No. I don't think so, mate. I wouldn't not at this stage. You tend to find a team, they normally peak just at the right time, the team that wins it. So, yeah. There's an interesting one other. You're talking about European games. Paris FC knocked PSG at the Cup.
What Cup, though?
No, the French Cup.
Did they really?
Yeah. Oh, you think it was a Spanish Cup or something?
Oh, I thought it might have been there.
But Intertoto or?
Put it in the Alps, French Alps Cup or something. Rupert Bell coming up around 6:30. Why is he on? Oh, golf.
Yes.
Kepka's back,
Yes.
isn't he? Is this the start of it?
Well, we'll
and
find
Will
out.
Gavin, if he's not talking to agents, big Ginge coming up with a 6:45.
Big Will, I mean, he's been absolutely out of this world. I mean, someone's going to have to sit him down. I mean, he's got an incredible future.
Well, you've got a few agents. You know?
Well, he's got an incredible future ahead of him. Well, I'm not sure it's on TV. I had a wee look at him the other day there. He's running the middle of Rufus Rough Cut. You know what I mean?
Sam's going out to the Super Bowl. Big Ginger's going out. You going out?
If the Rams make it, I'd love to go out, mate. I'll tell you right now, if the Rams make it, I'd love to go out. We've got Chicago.
Where are we now? What stage are we at?
The one before the playoff. So, I think, I'm hoping it's a Seattle Rams.
Are the Lions still in there? Are they out?
No, out.
Out?
No, didn't even make the playoffs.
All right, okay.
Yeah, is that your team?
Wow.
Used to be, because you played there.
Yeah, because I played at the Silverdome. I know they've moved now, yeah. Before people tell me. Neil Warnock coming out around 8:30. Alex Cook, more on Manchester United.
Do you know what I love? I love the fact we had a big script in front of us there for the opening 15.
For
the opening 15. When we edged just shouted, we didn't do any of it. None of it.
But that's what talk radio, talk sport is all about, Ed. Talking, right? If you don't like it, go and play some records down Southend. 6:15.
I've got that. But it's not the one that I played.
It's a noise.
No, he's not bad, by the way. He isn't bad.
Who is it?
It's LL Cool J.
Oh, is it?
Excuse me, but it's not his famous one. His famous one's good. Come on, Ed, what's the famous one? You can play that in the next break. LL Cool J. Oh.
So what's that got to do with it then?
It's his birthday, obviously. It has to be his birthday, no?
Yeah, Ed, why are we playing this? Give me a clue. It's what? He's 58. So not much of a career then, is he?
He's a baby.
He's 58. Crikey, that's the first song I've ever heard them play.
No, he's got another one. It's quite good.
Go on then, what is it if it's that
I
good?
remember, but no, somebody shouted something about knocking somebody out. It's not that one.
Really?
No, it's a famous one. You would know it if Ed had played it, but he'll play it the next one.
Right, we're going to do the back page.
We are.
And it's certainly not LJ. What's his name again?
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. Who's this one?
LL Cool N. You know it stands for Ladies Love Cool James.
Yes, I knew it was Ladies Love.
Yeah, Ladies Love Cool James.
What was his famous one?
Did you get that
I thought it was Mama Said Knock You Out.
No.
That's the one that's the hit I know from the 90s.
No, he definitely had one that you would know.
Is it one from a film? Because he's in, isn't he? Is it what's that?
He's in
shark?
a movie.
Shark film.
Yeah, he was in a movie.
He plays a chef that gets eaten by a shark underwater in the kitchen when the ship floats.
That's a cracker. Give me the name of that. I'll put that on Netflix tonight.
True story. It's a true story, huh?
Do we grass up Ollie the producer? He fell for a right cracker, didn't he? We're talking about, what's his first name, the guy?
Your man
Alex James.
Alex James for Blur.
Yeah, he's coming on. Ali caught him a belter.
He's doing a show. He's doing a show. He's doing a show in Virgin.
Yeah, that's right.
And all the producer come in and says, we're trying to get Alex James for Blur. Come in and say hello about 11:45. I says, brilliant. Smashing says, but I says, I know where he lives. I says, does he not live in a big house in the country? And he went, aye.
He does, and he makes his own cheese.
He does, he's a farmer.
Yeah.
He's a farmer. There you are. How you feeling about that one, Ollie? Well, just outed your shame. Did you live in a big house in the country? He went, aye.
Right, what we got on the back page is Nick. What we got?
Yeah, morning, boys.
Morning,
so, I mean, Antoine Semenyo started really off to a flyer at City. Scored 2 in 2 now. Scored 1 against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup last night. At the back of the Daily Mail, Semenyo helped City put 1 foot in the final.
Can I ask you a question, Nick?
Go on.
And you, big fella. How is he allowed to play? How can that be possible?
New rule this year. Eddie Howe only found out about it the other day when he got told.
What exactly is the new rule?
That you can play for 2 clubs in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, in the same season. So Semenyo played for Bournemouth. They lost to Brentford. Yeah. And he's now doing the business for Manchester.
Just 2?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's just 2.
So that's a rule for the Carabao Cup. It's not the same rule for the FA Cup.
It's not the same for the FA Cup. Doesn't seem right, does it?
No, it doesn't. Not to me. But anyway.
I like this headline on the back of the iPaper. Ant decks Geordies. Semenyo and Cherky strike.
I like it.
But moving on to Michael Carrick, really obviously unveiled yesterday, announced as the new caretaker boss. Yep. Car insurance on the back of the Star Sport, back of the Daily Express, faith healer, and also, the attention switching to his backroom staff. Probably the most interesting appointment, Steve Holland.
Saw that.
Coming in as an assistant manager. Apparently, after conversations between Michael Carrick and the board, they decided he needed someone else in there. Cesc Fabregas called Holland a meticulous coaching brain, so he's got people that know what they're talking about who rate him. But, fell out with Ben White. Simon Jordan was on yesterday on White and Jordan talking about the fact that, England really didn't do it in the big games and Steve Holland was part of that setup. Is he the right man?
That's harsh.
Possibly.
I think it's extremely harsh. I think England have done exceptionally well under Gareth Southgate. Yes, they never got over the final hurdle, but nobody would tell me anything other than Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland at his side improved England.
Some game it came into, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Live on talkSPORT Saturday lunchtime.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
I mean, I said, Nick, I was saying to Alan first thing, in normal circumstances, you look at the game and you'd fancy City, obviously. But then you never know.
But that derby is a funny one.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
And Man United have this weird habit of pulling out results.
Already beat Liverpool, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of...
What about Klopp? Is he going to come back in somewhere?
Well, I think he distanced himself for the Real Madrid one, didn't he? He came out and he said he was, if he wasn't critical of Real Madrid, he certainly said he was surprised at the departure of Alonso.
The last thing I heard from Klopp was saying that he would not come back into management unless it was Liverpool. Obviously, he's heading up Red Bulls.
Yeah, but you know what football's like. People change their mind all the time, don't they?
He does seem to be the top candidate for a club like Real Madrid at the moment, who just needs someone who can boss the dressing room.
Yeah. I'm not sure that dressing room is possible.
Cup would be interesting. That'd be interesting.
You look at that dressing room. I was saying to Big Al, Nick, what do you call it? Is it MMA fighter? What do you call him? Is it Khabib or Habib, the one? He was tremendous. I think he's retired. You'll know him. Anyway, he's the right pop at Mbappe and Vinicius.
Oh, what's he said?
Oh, well, he said it's a disgrace. He said he more or less said Alonso's lost his job because of a couple of kids. Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you see after this?
And I did say to Big Al, if I was Mbappe and Alonso at Vinicius, I would let it go.
Yeah, exactly. Just the rest of Carrick's backroom staff: Johnny Evans, Jonathan Woodgate. Obviously,
Johnny Evans, good.
Johnny Evans, good lad.
Respected at Man United, as we know. And Travis Binion, who was managing the under-18s and under-21s, now promoted to first-team coach. Maybe good news for the likes of Kobbie Mainoo, Jack and Tyler Fletcher, Shea Lacey, those academy players that Man United love to see in there.
That's why if you're out the side, you've always got to keep working, be willing, because you never know what's going to happen.
I thought Mainoo did okay on Sunday against Brighton, did all right. And then I thought the young lad looked really lively, and he was just a bit inexperienced in selling, get sent off at the end.
That's exactly what Man United like, isn't it? A winger from the academy.
Well, he did look the part. Yeah. Say, come on that right hand side. And he got a couple
where's Alonso going to go? Tottenham?
I mean, that's what a game that is now at the weekend. You mentioned it.
Oh,
Tottenham, West Ham, Nick.
I mean,
by the way, you won't believe it. West Ham will go there thinking, here we go.
Absolutely, they will.
What, don't you?
It's amazing, isn't it? You look at the table, you think, what? Spurs, I just don't know what is going on. I really don't know what's happening with Tottenham.
Well, it's got to be something deeper than the coach, Alan. You look, because they've had some great coaches. Well, you think about it, you could bring them off, whether it's Mourinho, Pochettino, Conte. No. There must be something.
Something's not right.
There must be something.
You got another one for Snick?
Yeah, Liam Rossini is saying he's going to have a chat with Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi about deciding whether they're going to stay on at Chelsea. Sterling's got 18 months left on his contract, 325 grand a week. Chelsea's preference would be to move Sterling on, but Rossini is going to speak to him. Do you think Sterling could still do a job at Chelsea?
Well, it depends, doesn't he?
No.
Really? I would say the likelihood is no. No, you're the same.
Premiership somewhere, but not Chelsea.
Well, there's interest from Fulham, apparently, but Rossini wants to chat to him about it all.
See what he says. Good man.
And before I go, there's apparently going to be no day-night tests in the Ashes because they want to make it a little bit more competitive after our 5-1 drubbing. So right? Australia have won 14 out of 15 pink ball tests. Obviously, we got smashed in the game at Brisbane. England have won 2 out of 6.
That's a big difference, apart from... I mean, is it just plain and simply the light...
Well, the ball is a bit harder to pick up because the seam's not as pronounced. So it's sometimes harder for the batters to actually pick up what the ball's going to do. And it's also just the way of playing it. Like Jamie Smith, the England keeper batter, had never played a pink ball game before. And then they go, off you go and face Mitchell Starc. I mean, it's not fair, really, is it?
No. I'm just wondering if Scotland would be a better option to play the Australians on, would you think?
No.
Okay.
How do you pick up the seam at that speed?
Well,
pick up the ball,
But these guys' eyesight, they're so good. So on a red ball with a white seam, you can kind of see what it's doing. But with you've got a dark seam on a pink ball, it's much harder to pick up.
Isn't it? Amazing.
It doesn't swing anymore, but that transition from day into night, the batters all say
Starc was unbelievable, wasn't he?
Amazing. I mean, he was so keyed up for that Ashes test.
He was just a different level.
Yeah, you got to remember that was nowhere near Australia's strongest squad. So anyway, it's gone now. So Nick, thank you. Right, coming up, Ding Dong Bell, Rupert. He'll be getting excited, won't he, with the golf season about to start, Cheltenham about to start, and racing the flat as well. And Big Ginge, Will Gavin, talkSPORT's NFL editor, who'll join us around 6:45. Right, 6:30 News and Sport.
Premier League's profit and sustainability rules are sold to us as financial fair play, a way to keep clubs from going bust. But there are those who feel it's starting to look a lot like a system that protects the big boys and keeps the rest in their lane. Here's how it works and why people feel that way. So clubs can only lose 105 million quid over 3 years, which sounds fair, but here's the kicker. Your limit includes how much you earn. So if you're one of the traditional top 6, you've got massive global revenue streams and you can spend way more while still technically following the rules. Meanwhile, ambitious clubs like Newcastle, Villa or Forest, well, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Last season, they won their first domestic trophy since 1955 and qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the very top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what happened there. So what's the solution? Well, either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons, and that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
That. I'm just saying, let the listeners know we're deep into slow horses.
Oh no, it's brilliant, brilliant,
absolutely fantastic.
Because I've missed the whole of Series 4, so I've got something to watch now.
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, I love them. It's just, it's one of those when you sit down, you get to about half.
He's brilliant.
He is fantastic. What an actor he is. I saw him he was in Churchill. He was brilliant.
He was, wasn't he?
He was out in his world as Churchill.
He didn't say a lot, but he's just.
I just think he's fantastic. And by the way, I'm sure either his half sister or stepsister.
Winnie Holyrood.
No. No, it's the girl at EastEnders, you know. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
What one?
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm giving you a half story. I'll have a quick look when you start reading something. I'm sure that's the case, but he is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic, he is.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Super Ali. We heard in the back pages there. Former England assistant boss Steve Holland will form a key part of Michael Carrick's backroom team at United. Holland backed up Gareth Southgate for 8 years, but this is what Simon Jordan had to say.
Should we get Ben White on the phone and ask what he thinks of Steve Holland? Because neither one fell out. Right. Neither one fell out with him.
Was that the,
I don't know.
Was that the fallout?
He's part of an underworld. Look, Gareth Southgate did a fabulous job in terms of getting England back to the level that they should have been at in the first place, and that all the people that went before should hold their heads in shame about the lack of achievements. But we did fall short, and we were a mentality that people criticised about not having big game mentality when it came across. We didn't beat anybody that we couldn't beat.
No, you didn't.
We, being England, yes.
Yeah.
But we were there to do it. You were sitting at home on your sofas in Glasgow watching it.
Yeah, having a national holiday.
Having a national holiday.
Yeah.
But so Holland formed part of that. So how great is that? I don't know.
Interesting. Can you put it down to Steve? Steve would help, but
it's help. It's not,
he wouldn't be picking the team.
It's a bit harsh, Simon. They're casting up one fallout with one player. You know what I mean? And who's to say it maybe wasn't Ben White's fault, the fallout? So to bring that up, I think it's harsh. But I think he's right what he said. I think Gareth certainly restored the belief and the faith in England's side, the opportunity to go and win things. I know they didn't go with
this World Cup though, Ali, before we go on to Rupert, it's going to be very, very. They've got to be very careful to get the formation and the blend right.
100%. I still think at the back is a problem.
And you can't leave it to the last minute. They've got to start playing it now.
Yeah.
If you think it's a back four and they agree, then let's see 3-4 games with the same back four.
Yeah. Listen, Alan, of course they've got a chance of winning it because they've got so many incredibly talented players. I don't think for a minute they're favourites. There's a lot of things will have to go England's way, and there's games that will get played in the heat which won't suit them.
I was just about to say that South Americans must have a big chance.
Yeah.
Is it the Germans, the only European side have won over there?
That's right. They won it in Brazil, wasn't it? In 2014, I think it was. Yeah, so it's a very difficult thing to do, but they wouldn't be without a chance. But I don't know what you think yourself. I still think defensively, all is not, as it should be.
Right, let me get on to golf now. Yeah, let's have a bit of golf. I was going to say the weather might be getting a bit warmer. Still cold this morning.
Cold out there this morning, mate, yeah.
When that wind blows, whoa. Things are beginning to unravel for Liv. The PGA has confirmed that Brooks Koepka, or Koepka, however you want to pronounce it, request to switch back to the traditional tour has been accepted, opening the door for Bryson DeChambeau, Jon Rahm, Cameron Smith to follow suit. Bryce is reportedly demanding $500 million to stay at Liv. $500 million. Can you believe it?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Not too far off what talkSPORT offered to keep Ali from going to Virgin Radio. He's actually going to do
a couple of shows. Me permanently, meaning you. That was your line, right? Okay, carry on.
Let's get more on this with talkSPORT's guru. He's a champion of all sports. Rupert Bell. Good morning,
Rupert. How are you?
Morning, Al. Morning, Alan. Al, I loved your call about 2 minutes after the King George to me when Jukebox Man won. That was while I was travelling in a car. But thank you because that was one hell of a race.
Rupert, it was incredible, mate. You and I spoke. I phoned Rupert up immediately after the race. It's one of the and I was so chuffed, Rupert, because I'd been plugging it for about a month. I just knew, I had a feeling in my water, as they say, that I knew it was going to be a great race, and boy, did it not disappoint. That horse getting back up, it was beat twice.
Yeah, and I thought Gallic Warrior was going to, who, of course, Brazil beat at Cheltenham.
That's right.
Remember?
Yeah, of course I do.
Rupert, just looking at that, the Gold Cup could be a totally different result, couldn't it? Compared to King George.
Harry's going to be the story leading into the Gold Cup, because at least Ireland now don't look as if they're going to dominate everything.
Yeah.
We've had the entries for it, so fingers crossed it will sort of feel a much less one-sided Gold Cup this year. So something to look forward to. The champion hurdle entries came out yesterday. Constitution Hill might be seen running on the flat in later this month, in February, I think, on February the 20th, but has an entry in the champion hurdle. But I think I better get back to golf and talk about
forget the golf.
Koepka.
Forget the golf. What about Willie Mullins, the horse who won? Was the Ascot now goes hurdling? Did you read that the other day? No, you didn't, did you?
Well, you better get back to golf, because I haven't read. I was on safe ground for about 2 minutes there.
You can handle everything, Rupert. Right, let's go to the golf. Is this a blow for Liv?
No, I don't think it is at this stage. But Brooks Koepka's very much his own man. He tried it, and I don't think it didn't quite work for him. He's basically always said the things that are important to him are the majors. He's a big-time golfer. Look, he's had injuries. He hasn't been playing that well recently, but he feels he announced his decision before Christmas. But obviously, the PGA Tour have come up with a framework for him to come back. He comes back at the beginning of February. He can't automatically get into the signature events, and he will have to forego any bonuses that he could pick up from the FedEx Cup, and also from any sort of social media sort of bonuses that the PGA Tour give out. But there's Bryson DeChambeau, Jon Rahm and Cam Smith, the other players sort of touted as moving, were at a press day yesterday saying they are committed. That 500 million figure you were alluding to, Alan, for DeChambeau, talks about renegotiating his contract. And Liv will probably think, right, we can't afford. They need Bryson DeChambeau. He is the player that moves the dial, sort of from a social media point of view, through his YouTube following and everything else
love him,
about
don't they?
him.
They do. They love him.
That everyone. Well, he's a mad. Well, he's off his trolley some of the time with some of the things he says, but he's so good for the game of golf. And Liv need him because it would look a bit thin if they don't have John Rahm, Cam Smith, and Bryson DeChambeau, because while now it's gone up to 72 holes, so it's a very different feel for the season. They've still got to work out how the team format really works. I'm not sure that's really engaging with the public as they would like, but in terms of their profile, with the format changes this year and Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm and Cam Smith all committing, it's all right for the time being, but I'm sure negotiations will be quite extensive between the various agents.
What do you think Rory's thinking right now? Do you think Rory's just sitting watching things here, seeing what's happening, watching it all unfold?
Yeah, well, the instinct. Rory's now playing in Dubai this week and next week.
Lovely.
He's making more money than he can ever be thinking. Not only from the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and all his sponsorship. Everyone has benefited, particularly the PGA Tour, from Liv, because they put their prize money up. So there's so much money sloshing around on the golf tour. The DP World Tour, if you look this week, there are Liv golfers playing in that. Next week at the Desert Classic, there are more Liv golfers playing.
You going out, Rupert? You going out?
No, sadly not. Haven't been given a call up, but if anyone from talkSPORT's got any money, after negotiating contracts with you and Alan and Al, I'd happily go. But
Rupert, are you broadcasting from your garden shed? I've not. We've spoken many a time, but I've not seen this background before.
Well, it's basically me in my office, and that looks like it's pitch black at the moment. But outside are the rolling hills of the Cotswold. That's what's out there, but you can't actually see it because it's still dark.
Stunning part of the wall.
And we're getting, excited about Cheltenham coming up, Broadway. Yeah, the lights still up in Broadway.
Well, I don't think the lights are still up in Broadway, but I will be going to Ireland beginning of next month for a trip round. I think courtesy of Cheltenham, we'll go to Willie Mullins's, Gordon Elliott's, and Gavin Cromwell's, amongst others, at the beginning of next month. So starting to get excited about Cheltenham. Are you in your pre-Cheltenham training? Does that mean you've done dry January, Alan?
I'm on dry January. I am. Yes, I am.
And looking very well for it, Rupert. I may add, yes, the gentleman on my right-hand side.
I'll tell you what, yes, I could see. Jill's working magic on you, Alan, at the moment, keeping you on a restraining order by the sound of
I did say I might go for a younger model, so she's on her toes now at the moment. So, Rupert,
you couldn't afford to get rid of her.
She's not exactly shaking in her shoes at the prospect of that, I have to tell you, Rupert.
Is Mrs. Bell still away, Rupert?
No, Mrs. Bell's, she hasn't gone away this year, so we're surviving in January. So we're doing all right. Thank you very much for your concern, Alan.
And the Villa are going well, mate. The Villa are flying.
Oh, it's been fantastic. And the PSR thing still is a problem. I don't quite know the Conor Gallagher thing. Sort of, we thought we got him and then Spurs come in with more money. But, maybe we just didn't want to be blackmailed into paying more than we should have done for him. But it's been amazing. And I'm going on Sunday. We got Everton. Let's hope we keep it going. We keep the pressure on City and Arsenal, because it's such a fun time to be a Villa fan at the moment.
Excellent. Nice one, Rupert. Have a good day.
Pal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rupert Bell from his estate in the Cotswolds. Yeah, he does. He's got,
Oh, it's beautiful.
Still to come. Big change coming up. That is for sure. Here we go.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Now, someone enlighten me here, please. Amazingly, Ali, by all accounts, has managed to find a hat that actually fits my head.
Used to me, right?
Stickers on your smart TV now. What? I didn't agree to this. And watches use these ridiculous huge NFL props next. We're on Samsung, Apple, Fire TV, and many, many more. We bring you our viral sensation. Big Ginge coming up next after some huge NFL breaking news overnight. That was our breakfast preview with good friends of Travis Perkins.
Touchdown Niners! Touchdown Niners! What an unbelievable play!
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
If you're going to San Francisco, you're gonna meet some gentle people there. For those who come to
San Francisco. You got it? I've got it. Don't look.
No, I'm not looking.
I've got it. I think I've got it. It's a classic. Keep it going, Ed.
Yeah. No. It's a one-hit wonder, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it Bobby someone? Or?
No. Is it not?
Scott
Walker.
No, wasn't it?
Scott
someone. It wasn't Scott Walker.
It is Scott.
Not the Walkers. Where's our shortbread?
Exactly, Nicky. What's going on up there?
Come on,
Come on, Nicky. Get it sorted, mate.
What's
Scott McKenzie.
That's it.
That came to me there. Knew it.
What's going on with the hats here?
Do you know something? I bet that's about $100 or something, that hat.
No. Oh, the merchandise over there is fortunes, isn't it?
Incredible, isn't it?
You've got to
Scott
get there,
McKenzie.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, if the Rams got to the final, I've got to get there, mate. I've got to get the Super Bowl.
So many games have they got to play now? Tell me where we are.
They play Chicago next round, beat them. I think they're playing the Seahawks in the NFL Championship game.
Oh, so we're nowhere near semi-final, final.
Yeah, this is what we would call, I would imagine, Big Ginger will tell us. Quarter-final.
Is Big Ginger yet?
Let's get him on.
Will Gavin doing really, really well. Will. He's what?
Where is he? Oh, we've got a link to read first.
Right, our latest competition has just landed in talkSPORT, giving you the chance to be at the greatest show on earth. What is it? The Super Bowl on Sunday, the 8th of Feb. Ali.
Yes, as well as a pair of tickets out for you and a mate, we're chucking in return flights to San Francisco, 3 nights accommodation and spending money. It is all covered. Listen up. Here's how to enter, guys.
Right, for your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. That's 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate.
The other option is give us a call on 0343 418 7260. That's 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 26th of January, and that's at 4 p.m. That, of course, is when you will need to answer your phone if it rings.
Unless I give you Big Ginger's private number right now. You can talk to him direct.
Yeah, just get him.
Right, 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Do that now. Ali, what would you rank the best sporting event in the world? Would it be the World Cup?
Yeah.
Football?
For me.
Yeah.
For me, it is, yeah. Obviously, Olympics would come into the equation. The Olympics is probably the biggest tournament in the world, sporting event in the world.
Yeah, I like the Olympics.
I love the Olympics, but
like every sport.
No. But I just think there's something for everybody in the Olympics. Let's not be selfish about this all. World Cup tournament for me.
We not get something coming up soon in Glasgow again.
Commonwealth Games.
When?
Commonwealth Games coming up very shortly, aren't they?
Remember the last one? It was roasting there. Can you believe it?
That was amazing, wasn't it? No, because somebody withdrew. I can't remember. I want to say somebody in Australia withdrew in Glasgow. Once again,
Canada.
We stuck our hands up and said we'll do it. It might have been Canberra. Was it Canberra?
Oh, we got Big Ginge.
Let's go.
Sorry, Ali. Sorry, but
let's get a big fella on.
Will Gavin joins us. Big Ginge, morning.
Well, good morning, mate.
No, that's where Big Ginge needs an agent.
That's where he needs an agent.
$1 million a year.
That was
True, there I am.
That was yeah, man. That was your big chance, Will.
Sorry, lads, having a few technical issues, but we got there eventually. How are we doing, everybody?
Listen, Will, we're in top form, mate.
I'm not trying to get rid of you, but you got to go.
Yeah. We've got a bit of advice for you, Will. Big Alan and I, we don't want to lose you. We genuinely don't want to lose you, mate. But you get yourself over there, mate.
Yeah.
You're going places. We are loving your work, and you must be loving it too, mate.
Look, lads, it's absolutely wild. I've just woken up this morning to a message from a friend of mine to tell me that Drew Brees, Hall of Fame quarterback and New Orleans Saints legend, has shared the commentary on his Instagram today.
No way, mate.
That's literally the reason I'm late to you, if I'm going to be honest with you, was because I was sending that to everybody I know, going, "Oh my God, Drew Brees has just sent this."
Listen, I'm going to say to you. Listen, I'm going to say to you, mate. My mates, we know Drew Brees. Drew Brees,
what?
Yes.
You know Drew Brees.
Yes.
It was so casually just dropping that in.
Drew Brees was over in Scotland, in Glasgow, with my mates, the Big Keeney and the boys. Aye. It's a long story, which I will give you all after the show. But he's an absolutely smashing fella, a brilliant fella. And the fact he was over just in a bit of work. I think he's playing a bit of golf as well. The fact that he's putting on your stuff on Instagram is telling you where you're going. Well, it's brilliant. But I can't listen. No, I've got to dig him up.
You got to take it further, Will.
You're doing brilliant, Will. But I thought there was a little bit of bias in your commentary. I could just sense a little bit of bias.
Excuse me.
Well, come on.
Excuse me.
Well, who's your team, Will? Just a matter of interest.
Look, what I will say.
Answer the
team
question,
is the San Francisco 49ers. That is true. But what I will say to you is that
Go and look at any of the old commentary clips. Go and find the stuff that we have shared previously online. Go and find the stuff that's been shared by the NFL previously, and you will see the exact same level of passion that you saw on those clips of the San Francisco 49ers for the calls for the Vikings, for the Steelers, for every other team that I've covered. It's a passion for the sport. It's love of the sport. It's nothing to do with the fact that I got to see my team have a historic victory on the road in Philadelphia, which admittedly was sensational, and now I get to go and see them potentially do it again against the Seattle Seahawks.
Mind you, I've got a couple of texts and emails here from America saying, who is this Irish sensation? They think you're Irish because of the old ginger beard.
That is part of the problem. One guy who shared it is a guy called Jordan Schultz, who's
sorry, why is that a problem? No. Before you upset our Irish listeners, why is that a problem?
No. I am somebody who has Irish heritage.
Look. It's a Celtic look.
My great-grandparents on both sides of my family emigrated to this country in the early 1900s. I'm one generation away from having an Irish passport, and obviously I was good enough that I'd have been playing football alongside Robbie Keane and Damien Duff if I had an Irish passport.
Oh, you got to get that. Instead... You miss all them queues at the airports.
That's a big thing. Well, tell me, I want to ask you, mate, I mean, it's really, really heating up. It's fantastic. You know, I really, really enjoy it. Rams, obviously, at Chicago. Who do you see? I mean, I want the Rams to do it, but I've told you before, mate, I'm a little bit concerned about the Seahawks, mate.
I like the Rams this weekend. I do like the Seahawks to beat the 49ers in our exclusive game on talkSPORT on Saturday night, which I do think we're going to move to talkSPORT from talkSPORT 2, a little bit of an exclusive possibly.
Brilliant,
we're just
mate.
Discussing it at the moment. I will let you know if that is what happens or not. I may have just got myself in trouble for saying it.
talkSPORT 2 to talkSPORT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's not keep saying it because I'm going to get in trouble if that's not true. Look, we certainly, you'll be able to hear us on both stations, I'm sure, that night on talkSPORT and on talkSPORT 2. And look, the Seahawks are very special in terms of they've got this great defense that's been built specifically to beat the Rams, specifically to beat the 49ers, and that's likely the two teams they'll face, potentially Chicago as well. They've got more experience.
Sam Darnold good enough, mate?
The NFC. I don't think Sam Darnold's good enough to win the Super Bowl. Simple as that.
That's why.
Have you thought about your kids growing up in the US?
What do I think about my kids growing up in the US, Alan?
Yeah.
Shall I ask my wife? Shall I shout up the stairs and see what she thinks?
Don't do that.
Mention the money first. No, but yeah.
I don't think the money's quite what you think it is, Al. I think like you're pitching to be my agent, and yet I'm not. I'm not
you got
sure
to get $1 million a year. You've got to get $1 million a year once you go on the circuit.
I'm not sure it's there, Al. I'm not
regardless of what happens, well, we are absolutely loving your work, mate. It's so good to see. We're so proud of you, mate.
Well, Ali's getting a fortune motorway. You get Interstate I-75.
Let me ask one quick question, Ali.
Yes,
the
mate.
Rams win this weekend and the 49ers win this weekend. Mate. The likelihood is that we, as in talkSPORT, as in myself and Will Varney and the team, will be going to Los Angeles to watch Rams 49ers.
What a stadium.
Can we rely on Ali McCoist to come to SoFi and be on co-coms with us?
I tell you right now, well,
co-coms.
If I've got half a chance to get back into that SoFi stadium in Anaheim, it's the best, mate. It is the best stadium I think I've ever been in. I mean, the Tottenham one's out of this world, Will. And we went to the stadium in Vegas to watch the Raiders play the Cowboys. As you would expect, it's a tremendous stadium, Will. But have you been in the SoFi in Anaheim?
Well, I have. It's stunning. I've been there a couple of times.
Oh, mate, I just think it might be the best one I've ever been in. And in answer to your question, if I'm given half an opportunity to go out there to watch the 49ers and the Rams, mate, I'll be sitting holding your hand in the plane.
Well, we're just going to get you some more listeners
in economy,
here.
Let's be clear.
I would like you to get back to bed, but we're just think of them.
I tell you, no.
But before you go, I want to hear a little bit of Gavin.
Hold on, just before we go back to that.
What kind of time?
In answer to the question, well, I'm more than happy to stick my hand through that curtain from first into economy and hold your hand, okay?
You can have a long arm to do that. No business.
I'll get an extension to hold your hand through that curtain, mate.
Right, Ed, if you're up to it, let's have a bit of Will's commentary of the NFL.
Touchdown Niners! Touchdown Niners! What an unbelievable play!
Dear Kitmen, we see you. We appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kit man. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kitman. In the meantime, it's on the kitman to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kitman then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full-time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities, but we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
Good morning. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark, saving your next car on the real sale. It's the UK's biggest used car sale. Ali alongside me. It was an absolute shocker for Newcastle last night. Went down 2-0. Carabao Cup defeat at St James's in the semi-final. Not even VAR could save them. So Newcastle will have it all to do in 3 weeks' time in the second leg. But speaking after the game, Eddie Howe has maintained full belief his side has what it takes.
To win at the Etihad is hard enough. To win by more than 2 goals is very difficult, but it's possible. And I firmly believe that we can do it. We're going to need to score the next goal in the game. We need to make a good start to the match, and if we can, then we have an opportunity.
Ali, the second goal, as a manager, Eddie's thinking, at 1-0 you've got a big chance.
I know. Well, do you know something? I'm sitting watching it, and I'm looking forward to speaking to our next guest regarding it. Because the game went really wide open, I felt, last 10, 15 minutes. And I understand the pursuit of the equalising goal. And it's easy, we're all brilliant, we're all experts after the event. But would it have been smarter option just to say, look, okay, we'll just take a 1-0 defeat. No, because I'm not saying for a minute the second goal was killed the tie.
Can you do that, St James's?
I know the crowd. I know. I get it.
Mark Elderham,
yeah,
Ibrox. You know what I mean? It's difficult.
Crowd. I get it, mate.
Right. Okay. After battering Arsenal in last season's semi, there was real hope Newcastle could have done something special last night against City. But where did it go wrong? Did they have a striker issue now? Tell us. To tell us why, let's say a very good morning to a man who's played over 150 times for the Toon. Warren Barton joins us. Warren, a very good morning.
Warren, good morning, mate.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Very well, thanks.
Warren, would you agree with that? At 1, they were still in it. 2 might be just, a bridge too far.
Yeah, I think Ali's absolutely right. I was doing the same thing, sitting there watching the game, thinking just the last couple of minutes, just see it out.
Yeah.
If we can get a chance, great. But they do motivate you, the fans. They do push you on. They do expect you to try and at least create a chance. And Eddie said it was about chances. We had a really good chance in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Yep.
His touch was poor. He doesn't put it away. And Alan, you just said there about a striker with, I wouldn't say in a crisis, but Shearer would put it away.
Yeah.
Boyce would put it away. Yeah. Brazil would put it away. When you get a chance like that against the big teams, you have to take your chances and put it away. And they didn't. And the game went on. They took their chances. We've hit the woodwork a couple of times. Yeah. But 1-0, you've got a chance to go to the Etihad. I think, they're not the finished article. And they didn't have Ruben Diaz play, and they didn't have their top goalkeeper in goal, who actually their goalkeeper was probably man of the match. He made some good saves. But we had a chance and didn't really take it. And if you don't do that against the elite teams, you're going to get punished. And as you rightly said, Alan, even VAR didn't help us out after 5 minutes. The longest 5 minutes of my life, that was.
Shocking,
so,
isn't it?
It is. It's, make the decision. Offside is offside. It shouldn't take that long to do. And it just kills the momentum for everybody. So, but, like Eddie said, we've got a chance, and he's got to say that. But it's going to be a big... I think also Pep's got that little fire in his belly as well. He didn't win anything last year. I think he'd be desperate to get silverware ASAP.
It's interesting, Warren, as well. We're sitting here saying, maybe just sit back, take the 1-0, but the crowd, the atmosphere, the whole thing. We're forgetting, and you make a very, very good point. Newcastle have had 2 or 3 chances there. The one off the bar, keeper makes a fantastic save. Voldemar does a couple of wee half chances.
Vulnerable.
Yeah. So from reading the situation there, it would indicate you're still going to get chances at the Etihad.
Yeah, and like Eddie said, the first goal or the next goal is going to be the most important one. If they get 3-0, it's all done. And the longer it goes on, 2-0 to them on aggregate, it's going to be difficult. But if we get an early one, like we're quite able to do that. And I said we had a good chance in the first 5 minutes. His touch takes him away, and then he blaze it overwards. And then Bruno hits the post as well with one of his shots. If he takes that in the first 10, 15 minutes at the Etihad, which we're quite able to do, and it suits us a little bit, playing away from home with the style of football that Eddie likes to play, a little bit of counter-attacking, sit back, and then use the pace of Gordon, or it might be Murphy on the flanks to get forward. Then you've got a chance to do that. I thought Lewis Hall was brilliant. I thought the left back, I thought we're looking for an England player to slide in. I know you two guys are not bothered about England, but the left.
No, I've been impressed with him.
Warren, I've got to say, the lad at right back's been unbelievable as well. Lewis Miley, he's been absolutely terrific.
He has, Ali. I would just say, though, for the first goal and being the next fullback, he didn't help Barnes out. He didn't get over there just to say, show him outside, show him inside. He sort of left Barnes on an island. They was able to cross the ball, and then, they get a little touch from one of their players, and then they put it in. But I think he's been phenomenal. He's not a right back, and I think sooner or later when you play, again, elite teams, you're going to call out. But Marley's been excellent. Lewis Marley's been phenomenal. Botman signed a new contract. We're going to get a new training ground. So it's not all doom and gloom. But when you have a chance against the big ones, you've got to take it.
Warren, tell me, do players talk to each other now? Talking about fullbacks, you've got a tricky winner taking them on. You're doubled up on them. Send them outside. Send them inside to me. Send them in. Do players talk to each other now?
I would hope so. Alan, I used to try and talk someone to death and help me out, because if you have someone like Ryan Giggs running at you, or whoever it may be, you want someone to either show him inside, go outside. Communication is a big part of the game. I mean, you guys know as well as anybody, just a little word to say inside, outside, you make your run, You can then decide a situation. It just looked like Barnes didn't get any information, even from the goalkeeper. Show him outside, put him on his right foot, left foot. Communication is a big part of the game, and I'm sure players would do that. But again, that's not been in that situation time and time again as he has. He's a midfield player and he's been able to have the freedom to push forward. So I'm not going to nitpick too much. But Alan, you're right, that communication is a big part. I think, you look at the best centre-halves in the country at the moment. They communicate to their back line and get everybody organised. Make sure the two centre midfield players are in front of you, or one of you in front of you, blocking lines off. So I would hope that's a big part of the game.
Going to tell you something before I let you go. Most important muscle in a footballer's body is his tongue. I'm telling you right now, to pass on information, to shout to people. That's what I think, mate. I've said it for years.
I used to just shout help. Help was my best motto. Help.
Warren, great to talk. Enjoy tonight's
Lovely
game.
to see you,
Should be
mate.
a cracker as well.
Take care.
Pleasure as always.
There you go, Warren
you.
Barton there. Right, coming up. So what would Ali have done as Rangers manager if the medical team were telling him what to do with his players? I can't believe this. We'll find out next as the Maresca story rumbles on.
Yeah, come on, tell me. Our listeners are brilliant.
Right, here we go. He's punching the air here. 7:20. talkSPORT Breakfast with Ali. An interesting one. The Sun this morning. Let me.
Yes.
I'll let you break the news.
Gary Oldman's,
who's fantastic,
yes,
right?
we love him. We love him and everything. It was Mo out of EastEnders, which is, I think, half sister or step.
Half sister,
yeah,
or stepsister.
And the other thing before you read that, written it down last night. Need to give a mention. Sad news. Eddie McCready passed away. Aye. Did you play against him? Maybe just a wee bit before you.
A wee bit before me. He did have a good spell in America.
That's correct. I think he managed Chelsea as well as played for them. Scored. I'm sure he scored in a
If
League
I
Cup
did,
final.
it might have been once.
Yeah.
Because we played Chelsea and they got relegated, didn't they?
Yeah.
And there was a young Butch
he did.
Wilkins.
I know he coached and managed in the States as well. Because, believe it or not, one of my boys played against his grandson.
Was he a fullback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very sad. But he played in that. He played in that FA Cup final against Leeds. Remember that game?
Yeah. Long throw, Davy Webb, far post,
brilliant
replay.
So that was sad news yesterday.
Oh dear. Right, we know by now that part of the Maresca falling out. This is an interesting story.
It really is, yeah.
We know by now the part of Maresca falling out with superiors was due to the fact, and wait hear this, you won't believe this. He was being told when to bench players, when to take them off, right? You're saying, what? By who? The chairman? No. Manny Petit was on the station last week and gave his thoughts on this dynamic between him and his medical staff. Have a listen to this.
Imagine a physio saying to Arsene Wenger, oh no, you have to take that player off after 50 off. They're injured.
I don't know if we've done that or not.
I'm sorry,
We
guys.
shouldn't have dumped it. It's good.
I'm so sorry. I apologize for.
I really hope we didn't dump it.
I apologize. No. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Sir Alex Ferguson? The guy's coming. Mr. Ferguson, yeah. Can I talk to you for a minute, please? Yeah. You shouldn't play that guy.
Oh, excuse me.
That's unbelievable. You can't believe it, can you?
No, you can't.
And I still can't believe a bit we're coming on to about director of football, right?
Well,
who's picking and choosing.
It can't happen.
Who come into a club and who isn't. So you're a manager, Ali.
Can't happen.
And he said, I've got someone for you.
Madness.
Yeah, when can I look up? No, I've signed
Madness.
It's just bonkers.
It's absolute madness. The manager or the coach has to be able to pick the players that's coming to the club.
Oh, let's bring in Chief Sports Reporter for the Mail. Mike Keegan joins us now. Mike, a very good morning, Mike.
Morning, gents.
Mike, this is a belter.
Going crazy,
I thought I'd heard it all now, but you tell me the physio or the medical staff say, right, boss, take him off now. We've just looked at the stats. He's got to come off. He's not 100%. What? Get stuff. Read your medical journal. Leave me alone. It's an absolute joke, this is.
It's always good news for a journalist when you hear someone react to one of your stories by saying, I couldn't believe when I read this morning. I think when you look at it from the outside, looking in at the Chelsea situation, it's only the 25th of November when they're beating Barcelona 3-0 in the Champions League. And you're thinking, this has unravelled quicker than my golf game. But then you get to know about things like this that have been brewing in the background. And it kind of, I've got to say, it does make sense a little bit to me, Alan. I mean, you know that, in your day, and Ali will know this as well, it's the manager's neck on the line and the manager makes the calls, and that's right. But in the era that we're living in now, it's all about the people who own the club and, they're for want of a better word, their model, they see these players as assets and assets that need to be managed. And in this case, it was, again, you'll know this, we're at a stage now with technology where people on the sports science department can look at the loads and almost deliver a percentage at risk of injury. So when you've got a player coming back from injury, they can say, right, if this kid does more than 60 minutes, he's got an X% chance of getting injured again. So if he does, then, that's going to cost us a lot of money. In the long run, it's going to cost the team because he's not going to be able to play. So we believe in this game, he should only play X number of minutes. And that's what goes on, not just at Chelsea, at quite a few clubs, to be honest. And in this case, twice it had happened where the manager had not, we've got to be careful because I've gone to the manager's people and they've not responded, so we've not heard what he's had to say. Camps had to say on this. But the story is that twice this has happened where he hasn't taken players off at that agreed time, and then they got injured. And it's kind of, it gets to a situation where Chelsea have to write to their own manager to remind him of his responsibilities, what he's signed to. And then, obviously, they go a step further and put Bryce Kavanagh, who's the head of...
This has happened, the players got injured. What about the times he hasn't got injured and scored the winner?
Well, exactly that, Alan. And I suppose it goes back to that question, how much control do you put in the hands of the manager? I mean, I said before, it's not just a Chelsea thing. We saw with Amorim at United, he does a press conference and he says, I'm not the head coach, I'm the manager. And about a week later, he's out of a job.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. It's I listened to the Manu Petit comments last week. I was in the car, nearly crashed the car when he said that, because it's a different world now from the one that Manu Petit was in, where somebody like Arsene Wenger, like Alex Ferguson, was the boss and had the final say.
It is a different world, Mike, and I get that, and we accept that, whether we like it or not. That's the way it is, and I do accept that the health and welfare of the player is priority and is of paramount importance, right? I get all that. However, and I know these people that are coming into the club, and I know it's a different, the football club itself is a completely different entity to the one which we grew up with. And I know they'll tell you that these people are put in place to help the coach or help the manager. But actually, are they undermining them by doing this?
Good question, Ali. I think they would point out at Chelsea as well that on certain occasions, it's all about managing the player's load, and they can assess how much load the player's taken on in the game. And they would say that there were certain occasions where Bryce Kavanagh said to the manager, look, we thought this guy was going to have to come off on 60 minutes, but the way the game's panned out, the amount of work he's had to do, then you can actually keep him on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So they would see it as probably more collaborative than some of us would see it. But yeah, I mean, the problem is, Ali, I would imagine that I know that these managers kind of know what they're signing up to when they accept the job.
Yeah.
And it's not, this isn't, I've said it before, I'll say it again, this isn't just Chelsea. This is, this is the situation at most elite football clubs now.
Well, maybe, I'm glad you've highlighted this, Mike, because I think the customer, the fan, should know. Well, why has he brought Palmer off? What?
Yeah.
They should come out and tell the fans why he's come off.
Yeah, absolutely that. And I think in this instance, just looking at the response on social media, that isn't always a great barometer. But in this instance, a lot of Chelsea fans are actually saying, you know what, we can see this. It is in everyone's interest that the players don't get re-injured, that, you don't just come back from injury and play 90 minutes. But again, I'm with you guys a little bit. I'm more of a traditionalist. Surely you pay your manager to trust his judgment, because he's the guy that can look the player in the eye and say, can you do 90 minutes for me?
Yeah.
But then people will say, well, you're a dinosaur, because all the information there will tell you that if he does that, he's going to get injured again.
Yeah.
Oh,
the balance somewhere, Mike.
Mike, thank you.
Great
Keep us in touch with Mike Keegan, the chief sports reporter.
I get it. I mean, I do get it with players coming back from injury. I get that. Many times you've seen it. Well, they're okay for an hour.
Yeah, but you talked to the player at half time, wouldn't you, Alice?
Yes, of course.
You're looking great.
Absolutely.
I feel brand new, but
I think the conversation will inevitably be had between the coach and the player, and that's vitally important. I get that.
And by the way, if things are going well, you'll take him off, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
But not after 60 minutes, and someone pats you in the shoulder, say, right, that's it, boss, he's got to come off now.
Yeah.
But how do they know? How do they know his body's aching? Is he wearing something to tell them attached to the computer or what?
I know.
Are they just looking the way he's running and stuff like that?
They'll tell us that. They'll tell us that their stats and
data
will be far greater than the player himself and how he's feeling. They'll tell you that. I mean, you and I would normally say, well, the player will tell you himself how he's feeling, but they'll tell you otherwise. They'll tell you the data.
I think Manny Petit was right, and just on the French.
What was it he said again?
He said, derrière, stick it right up there, 7:30.
Premier League's profit and sustainability rules are sold to us as financial fair play, a way to keep clubs from going bust. But there are those who feel it's starting to look a lot like a system that protects the big boys and keeps the rest in their lane. Here's how it works and why people feel that way. So clubs can only lose £105 million over 3 years, which sounds fair, but here's the kicker. Your limit includes how much you earn. So if you're one of the traditional top 6, you've got massive global revenue streams and you can spend way more while still technically following the rules. Meanwhile, ambitious clubs like Newcastle, Villa or Forest, well, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Last season, they won their first domestic trophy since 1955 and qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the very top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what happened there. So what's the solution? Well, either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons, and that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
When you're virgin, and when you doing it?
This is poor for me. Nothing's concrete yet.
You just said to me, I'm getting in. I'm doing what you're doing. I'm doing it.
I would love to do what you're doing.
Why? Just because Viv likes it.
She does. I can't believe Viv listens to you. She does. I says, you heard the big. She says, you heard the big man. He's different class.
Different class. I'll listen. Well, maybe that's why. 7:36. Ali alongside me while we're playing this classic. Well, Wembley has started to install nearly 10,000 standing seats in their upper tier as Chiefs listen to calls from the fans. They've only been saying it for 10 years. You'd think this would give Tuchel his wish for a better atmosphere after he remarked that the support did not match the performance following the 3-0 friendly win over Wales back in October. Standing seats, I think it'll helps.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Definitely.
But I remember going.
How does that mean standing? How do you get standing seats? What I mean?
Well, it's the seats you pull them up in certain areas, and they fit into the barriers.
So they're not seats then, because you're standing.
No, there can be seats, or you can have standing parts where they were.
Right. Okay. But anyway, the fact of the matter is,
you can stand.
Yeah, you're going to get a far better atmosphere. Listen,
what?
I don't think you're going to get a great atmosphere. Are you really going to get a great atmosphere in England's qualifying games anyway?
No, because the bye again. Isn't
they'll win them anyway. So I think the occasion definitely helps to add to the atmosphere. And I think, yes, standing definitely brings something to the atmosphere. Would you agree with that?
Without a doubt.
Remember the old jungle?
I?
Used to be a hell of a quiet when we played there, right now. But I remember it was really quiet.
No, in fact, I've got a problem with my left hand waving, go home, go home.
You used to run by after it. And then I used to hold my ear up like that. Where are you? What are you going to say?
Yeah. But I do remember Hampden, Sellet End, East End, getting there really early and getting that wee bit. There's a passageway at the top and a wee bit more at the top there. I used to get right there in the barrier, the other side of the barrier. So if there was a, when we scored again, and there was a big sway, the barrier stopped you getting hurt. Yeah,
used to happen. Your consolation goal used to come down.
No, actually, I remember 70. Celtic League semi-final. That was a big one. European. Did you make a semi-final European Cup, Ali?
Yeah, we did.
No, I mean the big one.
I think we did.
No, you didn't.
We did.
No, you didn't. You know what? No, the champions, the big one.
Okay, right now.
Fairs Cup or something.
No, I think Eintracht Frankfurt beat us in the semi-final when the year Real Madrid beat them at Hampden. I'll check that. But I think Eintracht Frankfurt gave us a doing in the semi-final.
Really? Whew.
I'll check that.
Remember that.
I will check that.
Anyway, where were we? Right, Arsenal. Do you know, it's an interesting one tonight. Chelsea are going to...
thinking?
Arsenal look solid, don't they?
Yeah.
They really do but Chelsea can turn it on, Ali. But I've always thought at the back, I'm not sure about Chelsea.
Yeah.
Whereas Arsenal at the back, you know what you're getting 9.5 times out of 10, don't you? Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final action tonight. The narrative is beginning to build a treble or even a quadruple, steady, for Arsenal's Gunners. Just imagine, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, into the FA Cup 4th round. Brilliant. Against Wigan and Carabao Cup semi-finals. Am I right in saying they got another home draw, the Arsenal? They've got is it Wigan, is it?
Wigan, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, you tube.
Yeah,
no, they do remarkably get great. Look, they're a great side, but they do get good home draws and cup runs. I think Parlour's got 5 FA Cup winners' medals.
Incredible, I think, yeah.
Something like that, amazing. God, when he's had about 3 or 4 Peronis, God, does he tell you or what? They can go one step closer with beating Liam Rossignol. Big game for him, isn't it? Chelsea at Stamford Bridge tonight, live on talkSPORT. This is a big, big job for Liam. Can he do it? He done well at Hull, went to
Massive
Strasbourg.
Jump. Massive jump, mate.
This is, I worry. I tell you what I worry more about, Ali. Some of the superstars in that Chelsea. Who's this guy?
Well, I think we saw it. Real Madrid, didn't we, recently, I think. But...
Well, join us now for more on tonight's game. It should be a great game. Former Arsenal defender, the man who knows Liam very, very well, Maurice Volz. Maurice, very good morning
to you.
Yes, good morning, guys.
Maurice, tell us a little bit about Liam, first of all, before we look forward to the game. What sort of manager is he?
It's interesting. As a manager, I don't know that much about him. I obviously followed his route, starting out, I guess, at Derby, one could say, with Wayne, and then taking over at Hull. In Strasbourg, it's not too far from me. I'm about an hour and a half away from Strasbourg now. Yeah. I always had in mind to see him, but as you know, when you're in a job, you don't get time to see old pals, and I never got round to it. But I watched their football, and he did a really good job there with a young team, obviously a very talented team. So his previous job will have set him up well for taking over Chelsea now.
Tell me, Maurice, is he speaking French or German?
He probably both, knowing Liam, but he was there long enough, I guess. So probably both. But no, he's look. I think his way, his path is inspiring, and I hope he does very well at Chelsea. I hope he can hold it off probably one more night. Don't necessarily has to start that well with my old teammates up against him, but it's
going to be tough, isn't it? It's going to be tough.
Maurice, tell me, my friend. Listen, here's one for you, right? I mean, obviously we've followed his the early stages of his coaching managerial career, which has been interesting, and he's done very, very well. Now, there's a train of thought from some people that he's been taken into Chelsea, and there will be a level of control over him as a coach and as a manager. When I say a level of control, of course coaches and managers have got people to answer to. I accept that. But some people reckon there'll be a greater amount of control over him. Do you think he will be totally allowed to be his own man in this management job?
I think he needs to be, and I don't think Liam would take any compromises there, but I think he's shown already at Strasbourg that that he's willing to work with young players. I think that's part of his job, obviously, at Chelsea, given their recent transfer strategy, that he's going to play with young, talented players, but nevertheless, I think there is a certain level of expectation, certainly from the fans, and I'm sure also from within the club. I don't think Liam is going to be compromised there.
Mm-hmm.
I know him, the way I know him, that's not how he works. But I do think that Chelsea look forward to working with a manager there that is taking others' opinions into account, that is willing to listen to other people, and still, I think the final decisions will always be his.
Yeah, good. Morris, just a quick one. They tell me Harry Kane scored a great goal the weekend.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Are we underestimating Bayern, Morris, when we're talking about Champions League? Would you make them definitely one of the favourites now?
I think they look good enough to get to the semi-finals, and once you're there, you're in with a shout for the whole thing. Similarly to looking at Arsenal and their season, the key is how do they fare April, May time. Yeah. If they can keep it going until then and still have all their players available, then I think, yes, they do stand a very good chance of silverware.
Yeah.
And I've seen enough from Bayern to think that they can go all the way in the Champions League if it all goes well for them.
Well, brilliant. Well, we can't wait. Morris said...
Well, it's great to see you again, my friend. You're looking
Good
well.
luck. Thank you very much. Enjoy tonight's game.
Take care.
Bye.
The reason why I said French German, it's right on that Alsace region, isn't it?
I know my geography, right? I know where it is. And by the way, I'm going to show you Harry Kane's goal. Have you seen it?
No, but I heard it was a crack.
Oh, top corner. Belter. I mean, an absolute beauty.
Good. But, there was a stage where people were saying, he doesn't do it in the big games over there, wasn't there? Well, give us a break.
Come on.
Right, 7:40. You can imagine the manager saying to Harry, the physio behind me just tapped me on the shoulder, you got to come off, get lost.
And by the way, while we're on it, you've gone on about never reached the semi-final with the...
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Right. In 1993, we were one goal away from the final. Okay.
That doesn't count.
One goal. Never mind the semi-final.
Doesn't count.
We were one goal away from the final. Move on, Al.
If Manty had, what, should be my uncle. So no.
I accept that.
Right, Paul Dickoff, Neil Warner, Alex Crook, coming next. Good morning, 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning? Semenyo and Cherky both scored as Manchester City took control of the Carabao Cup semi against holders Newcastle, winning 2-0. It was a late goal for Cherky, but Semenyo, what a start he's had. VAR, though, overshadowed the game with a 6-minute delay, however, whilst ruling out Semenyo's second goal. What a joke. Liam Rossinha has said he wants to open discussions with Sterling Raheem about a potential return to team, and Moses Ituma's fight against American Franklin has been rescheduled for March after the British heavyweight picked up an injury while training. The fight will now take place on the 28th of March. talkSPORT's boxing expert Spencer Oliver is expecting big things from Itumo this year.
Do you not see Moses Itauma winning a world title in 2026? Because here it is. I'm going to put my neck on the line right now. I believe that kid becomes world champion in 2026. What route it is, I'm not sure, but I believe he wins a world title this year.
Rioka. Right, this Friday. No, that's you, by the way. Come on.
I know,
Friday.
that's why I'm laughing. Because now this Friday watches Roca, not Rioka, because that was the joke beforehand, versus Raul Curio. The first clash ended in a draw. Now 2 elite welterweights run it back in a high-stakes rematch for bigger fights in 2026. Watch this Friday, only on DAZN.
And don't miss DAZN's packed schedule with fights, pardon me, every week, including the blockbuster Ring 6 Lopez versus Stevenson on January 31 at Madison Square Garden, kicking off, still magical name.
The Garden.
It's
just known as the Garden,
name,
isn't it?
And kicking off February with Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa, or is it Fingerola, on February the 7th.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
You got me there. You've been to the Garden, I haven't.
You're joking.
Your Canadian mate took you to the Garden, didn't he?
I've been a couple of times. In fact, I was there when Viv and I took the kids. We went to see the Knicks, went to see New York Knicks. By the way, I must have told you the story. I've been on stage at Madison Square Garden with Rod Stewart.
And I remember you did tell me something, yeah.
Right. Oh, it's a special place. When I say I've been on stage, I meant the Scotland team. There was that didn't mean me personally. The Scottish team were on, but it's a special place. Sort of next play, they're great.
It's only January, but so far this season we've seen United, Chelsea, Real Madrid all change their managers already. And of course, with a limited number of available top managers, it's got us thinking, where could this guy end up this summer?
Pochettino in tears of exhaustion, elation. Tottenham make it through on away goals, and they make it through to their first ever European Cup final.
The football they played, the teams challenged for the league, got to a Champions League final. He built. That team was a tough team to play against.
I'd like to see him back in the Premier League. I think when Mauricio Pochettino's teams, when they're at their best, they're a good side to watch.
Whatever it takes for me, go and get Pochettino.
I still can't believe that crop of players have never won a major trophy.
Tries his luck from distance. Oh, what a strike from Harry Kane, almost out of nothing.
Before I will die, I want to manage again Tottenham. If it's possible to win one title, because I want to feel what it means to win one title.
Manchester United has always been the job that he wants.
My belief is that perhaps Pochettino ends up at Manchester United.
He knows how to bring on young players, and his persona, his character, he's very calm. United like that.
I tell you now, Al, he's a real nice guy, Poch.
Lovely. I've never met him. Do you know that?
No, I see him.
Tell me a lovely guy.
Newmarket a lot. Lovely guy. Very friendly, very warm.
Do you think he'll come back after the World Cup?
I think he wants to. Who knows where Tottenham are going, though? Dear, it's
an interesting one.
Listen, you've had your ups and downs as a manager. What's Thomas Frank going through?
Oh, mate, he must be sitting going to himself. It's just that, Alan, I've seen the movie before. It's just it's the same movie, isn't it? No? It's the exact same movie. Whether it's Ange or... the one thing you would say, Ange won a cup. You cannot take that away. He said he did things in his second season. He wins Europe and he gets the bullet. Now, a lot of Tottenham fans actually said that was the right thing to do. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But has it improved any? I would suggest, no, not really. I do make I give them a reason with injuries. I do think that's a big thing, and I know everybody gets injuries, and it's difficult. I wouldn't call it an excuse, but it is a reason, because I think they've got a whole lot of creativity out their team.
Yeah, well, Daniel Levy's gone now, of course, so maybe after the World Cup he could come back.
Well, Spurs, Chelsea, back to Spurs. Yeah. It's an interesting one, because I think he's got a massive summer ahead of him. It's a funny one. Be interesting to see how it develops. I'm not sure how his country, or the country that he's coaching, will do at their own World Cup. I think they might struggle.
Well, they will struggle, won't they? You know, at the end of the day.
But normally you get a good reaction, home country and all that kind of stuff. I think they'll toil.
Right, interesting. Don't forget, it will be Michael Carrick in charge for United this Saturday.
Okay? Am I going to have to...
It's freezing in here, by the way. Don't forget, it'll be Michael Carrick in charge for United this Saturday, live and exclusive on talkSPORT, in the Manchester derby with Steve Holland amongst his backroom staff now. Right, still to come in Breakfast, Ed.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Bit of sun, you know.
We need to wait after the show, though. We'll be catching up with the legendary boss Neil Warnock after 8:30 in his area of the all-controlling football manager over. Is it over? It looks like it might be.
Do you?
Well, it might be. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it might be. Former Norwich sporting director Stuart Webber, well, he certainly thinks so.
I think that died a few years ago. I think the day of the manager negotiating contracts, dealing with agents, watching games non-stop's gone.
I hope not. Listen.
So do I.
Dealing with contracts, yeah, but not picking players and getting rid of players. No chance.
I'm all for, right, the manager, the coach, the head man getting support from all directions, apart from the big decisions, the footballing ones that he has
plays.
Help him with media, help him with everything else, get people around him that can take all that pressure off him.
Do the contract.
If I've got £1 in my pocket, I'll bet you Neil agrees.
We'll also get Neil's thoughts on VAR. As always, the phone lines are open on VAR. Was last night another case of ripping the soul out of our beloved game. 03717 223344. That's your number to call. That was a look ahead, all thanks to the brilliant Travis Perkins. It's coming up to 8 o'clock.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Super Ali and Arnold Clark, saving your next car in the real sale. It's the UK's biggest used car sale. Now, advantage Man City in the first Carabao Cup semi. But the night wasn't without, here we go again, without VAR discontent, live here on talkSPORT.
Getting it in here, and it's slipped through the penalty area. It's Semenyo. He's done it again. 2 in 2 for the £65 million signing. 1-0 to Manchester City, looking for a second. They might just have it. They have. It's him again. Antoine Semenyo. They're checking a possible offside. Chris Kavanagh's had a look. Let's hear what he's going to say.
After review, Manchester City, number 9, is an offside.
Erling Haaland offside. Manchester City absolutely incensed. Cherki is inside the penalty area. Cherki fires it in. And in the 9th minute of stoppage time, they supply what may well be the decisive blow over the 2 legs. It's a killer blow. It really is. And that is that. Manchester City have won it by 2 goals to 0. And in doing so, have taken a massive step towards the 2026 Carabao Cup final.
Do you know what, Ali? I know it's early doors, but Semenyo's a great story, isn't it?
Good player.
You know, come from down the leagues, racial abused and all that.
Brilliant story.
Look at him now. Just,
you know, and do you know what he did? Do you know what I read? Do you know what I read? I read somewhere, and I hope I'm right here. I think he took out an advert in the paper down on the South Coast just to thank everybody.
Did he?
Aye.
Ah, lovely.
I'm sure.
And we spoke to his coach. So after he done his stint, he would do extra training,
yes,
wouldn't he?
we spoke to him, absolutely. Remember with him on?
Yeah.
Ah, it's a great story. Tell you what, he looks the part. Looks the part.
Right, so should we be talking about the brilliance of Semenyo this morning, or how impressive City were they that good? But instead we have to talk VAR, which is doing my head in. 6 minutes it took. 6 minutes to rule out Semenyo's second half goal, and it left Pep far from pleased at full time. Can't believe
Listen, if you have 5 minutes, 30 seconds, and 4 people in VAR don't realize if it's goal or not, you have to go to the referee. So it was so tight. But the second goal Newcastle here was not so tight, right? Yeah, the frame was in the moment, the touch of the ball, it was not offside. No, it's okay. So that, and again, the fact that I say now because we want, in that moment I didn't say one word. So, and not even in other situations. So, but the fact that, you come here, and these actions at the end is a team like is since when didn't lose one game here, so it's a tough opponent. So, but really pleased for the Fab. Now recover and go to the derby.
What 6 minutes? What, they're having a Big Mac, a coffee or something?
Ridiculous. I've no idea. No idea. When it gets to that, I'm not even sure they got the right decision, by the way, but when it gets to that stage, you just got to give a goal, surely, no?
Yeah, we're joined now by a man who played 170 times for City in the Premier League, a true legend of the club. Does he agree with Pep? Is Semenyo the signing of the season? A very good morning, Paul Dickoff. Morning, Paul.
How are you this morning?
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ali. How are we?
We're in good form, mate.
6 minutes. You know, it just I'm sick of talking about it, but 6 minutes is... How the hell does it take that long?
It's unacceptable how they came to the decision for a start. But what I can't get my head around, guys, is, it's VAR have took 5 minutes, is it?
Yeah.
Nobody in the ground, nobody watching the game, both sets of fans, both teams, anybody thought that was a disallowed goal. And then it takes them that amount of time. But then I think it's a cop-out by the VAR guys, because they then send the referee to the screen after they've looked at it all the time. So, I mean, what's all that about? For me, they're making the referee's mind up already by taking that long and then putting the pressure on him by sending him to the screen. And once it goes to the screen, everybody knows the outcome. So it's just it's ruining the game. It really is.
My reading of it, Paul, was, and I might be wrong, my reading of it was, I think VAR thought it was offside, and then they make the referee look at the screen to see if Haaland, who they say is offside, is impeding either the goalkeeper or the defender. I think that's their logic in it. But what I would say to you is this, mate, right? I was at Wrexham Friday night, brilliant cup tie. I enjoyed Man United, Brighton, and then on Monday I was at Liverpool. No VAR. The game flowed. I think the vast, if not all, the vast majority of the fans enjoyed it. There was no stoppages, there was no hiccups. And it was refreshing, Paul.
It just took the words out of my mouth, Ali. Watching the FA Cup games over the weekend, and even Macclesfield against Palace, it was amazing. But whatever, people accept it. If there's no VAR there and the referee makes a decision, you accept it and you get on with it. And then you go back with your mates, like it used to be years ago, and have a pint in the pub and discuss the decisions. But it's the stop-start and the inconsistency that's happening every single, not just every week, every game.
Yeah.
From game to game. And I think I feel sorry for the fans. They're sitting on the ground wondering what's going on.
Agreed.
They just want to get on with the game.
Paul, what about Semenyo? Just looking at the table here. Arsenal, a lot of people think it's over. 6 points. Semenyo comes. Could he be the difference of this being much, much closer come towards the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was on a few weeks ago, Ali, and you tried to put the words in my mouth about Man City chasing down Arsenal in the last part of the season. But I'm looking at it now, and 6 points, it looks a gap. Arsenal have been wonderful this season. But I think that's 13 games unbeaten now for City, 1 in 10, and they are capable of going on a run. I think the addition of Semenyo just strengthens their case a little bit more. They've already, up to Christmas, I thought they'd be signing the season, and Ryan Cherky who's a maverick, who's a little magician on it. But then you bring Semenyo and they bring something so different. He's powerful, he's quick, he's skillful, he can go left, he can go right. And you look at his stats, goals and assists this season already, and it's only going to make Man City more formidable from now going into the end of the season.
Paul, he's got some talent in that Cherokee. I watched him in that Europa League a couple of years back. Honestly, he is fantastic. A position, Paul, that I think they might be looking at with one or two problems, Diaz in particular. Would you be an advocate of going to get perhaps Mark Gay and another centre half? Just somebody going, toughen up that centre of defence a little bit? Yeah,
I think so. I think when you lose Diaz and Oscar Vardiol, who's been absolutely fantastic since he came in, that's the heart of your defence. I don't think it's any secret that City were going to be looking in the summer. Obviously, with John Stones out injured, Nathan Ake coming back in again.
Paul, why are they getting all these injuries? Is training too intense? I don't. Sometimes you got to look at it and say, why are we getting so many injuries?
Yeah, I think I do think it's a schedule as well. And the amount of games that they played. But training, I know training at Man City is tailored to what's happening around the games, and sometimes you can't put your finger on why you're getting injuries. But going back to what Ali said about Gahey, I think he's a fantastic player. There's going to be a lot of clubs in for him, but I think the club might be fast-tracking the transfer plans from the summer to January now towards the end of the season. I've got to say as well, though, I thought young Max Alain was outstanding last night.
What about Pep? Yeah. Do you see Pep getting a bit fed up now? Or, if they don't win anything this year, you think Pep might say, I've done my bit, I can't do any more, I'm off?
I genuinely believe, Alan, that he's loving it. I think he's loving the fact that they didn't win anything last season. He's treating it as a challenge, that he's regenerated the squad. He's building a new squad again, which is probably his third rebuild since he came in. And he's working with a lot of talented young players. And I honestly think he's thriving on it. And, going towards the end of the season, look, it's going to be difficult to win the Premier League, but still in all competitions. It wouldn't surprise me if City came away with one or two trophies this season.
Got to say to you, Paul, I was watching him last night. You watch him on the touchline. He certainly looks as though he's not lost no enthusiasm or desire or passion, because he was bang right up for it. What about tonight, Paul? Another brilliant game. We love our football, but another smashing game tonight. How do you see that one going?
I think it's going to be difficult for Chelsea. Arsenal look so solid at the minute, and you look at the last couple of weeks, the players that they're bringing off the bench, the players that they can mix it around, and especially attacking wise as well, look really strong. But Liam Senior's gone in there, and he's a fantastic young coach and has been for years. It's going to be a big ask for him with the players that they've got. But Chelsea going forward look great. But I think I heard you saying before, Alan, it's just at the back. I worry them a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
When you've got Arsenal flying with the players that they've got, I think over two legs, it could be a little bit too much for them.
Paul, just one last one. I'm out of time. Neil Warnock coming up. I know what he's going to say, but I'd like to get your view. Maresca's now coming out clean that his physio staff, his medical staff, are saying to him now, tapping him on the shoulder, 60 minutes gone, he's got to come off now. He's got to come off. Get him off now. They're telling the manager to take a player off, down to what they are reading into his body fitness and his stats.
I think it's ridiculous, guys. Maybe I'm a little bit old school, but if you're the manager, you're the one that makes the decisions. I can't remember, you, Alan and Al, you'll be the same. Can you remember ever playing a game where you were 100% fit?
No,
I know.
Back in the day, you always had niggles or maybe didn't feel quite right, but you just got on with it. And I think that the more these sports science and medical teams are telling players that they can only play 60 minutes, more mentally than anything else, it's getting into the player's head, and they end up believing it, which I think's a bad thing. But if you've got a manager who's running the club, picking the team and everything else, the final decision should be coming down to him. Yes, you take the advice for them, but I can't imagine Sir Alex or any of the managers. Imagine Walter, God bless him.
No. Exactly.
Ali getting told by a physio to take you off.
Paul, there was enough people. There's enough people. Never mind the medical staff telling Walter to take me off, Paul.
Paul, enjoy tonight's game, pal.
Enjoy it, mate. Good to see you.
Right, coming up, the latest sporting odds with Coro, Neil Warnock, and Alex Crook.
Great song, eh?
Great band.
Yes. Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Lindsay Buckingham. Mick Fleetwood.
Just brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Rumours, what an album.
One of the greatest. One of the greatest of all
21,
time.
rumours has it Steve was going to tip as a winner one of these days, but then again, I've been saying that for how many years, haven't I?
Just a rumour.
Okay, here comes the Sporting Odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Morning, Steve-O.
Good morning, Steve-O.
That's very unnecessary. Look, I would have got last night. Good morning, Jess. I would have got last night wrong. I fancied the draw in that last night, but I'm so glad you've covered the VAR nonsense in depth. I mean, isn't it? Come on, if anyone out there still thinks that is acceptable, it's just, what is it, 5.5 minutes to come to a decision?
Nearly 6, Steve, nearly 6.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway,
it's not just that, Steve. You know, we're hearing today physios are telling the manager, get him off, take him off now. You know what? What's football coming to? The world's gone mad.
I'm looking forward to hearing what Neil's got to say about that. Anyway, I think we can imagine. Hopefully, he'll keep the language safe enough.
I don't care if he doesn't. So, Steve, what you got to tell us? What we got?
Well, listen, let's start with Cheltenham now, because entries yesterday for 3 of the big races, but most importantly, the Champion Hurdle. And even though Nicky Henderson is responsible for the 5-4 favourite Sagino, all eyes and all the talk, Ali, over the next 2 months are going to be on Constitution.
You better believe it.
The 2023 winner of this race, he's really sort of struggled in recent runs. Let's not beat around the bush. He looks like he might start off back on the flat at Southern
on Friday,
in February, over a mile and a half.
Yes.
But he's 12-1 for the Champion Hurdle. Nicky Henderson, and Al, you'll remember See You Then back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Won 3 Champion Hurdles, and they nicknamed him See You Then. No, See You When, sorry, because we never knew when we were going to see him again. Yeah. See You Then won 3 Champion Hurdles. That was an extraordinary training performance. Nicky Henderson also trained Sprinter Sacra to come back after a big setback and win the Champion Chase again. That was a magical moment. Constitution Hill wins the Champion Hurdle. I think it would be the greatest achievement of Nicky's career, and that is saying something. So 12-1 Constitution Hill, I'd love to see him back.
Steve, I was asking...
We all would, Steve.
I was asking Broadway correspondent Rupert Ding Dong Bell, I don't know why I asked him, about the Willie Mullins horse. I think he's a flat horse who's now going to... I think they've entered him for one of the big hurdle races or something. I read it in the Racing Post the other day. Was it yesterday, the day before? I can't remember the name of it.
No, do you want to know why you're struggling with the name now? Because it's a word that you don't use. It's called sober.
Oh,
That's
right.
the word.
Tell me about sober.
Sober won at the weekend over in Ireland.
Oh, he won.
He's 14-1 for the Supreme Novices. Willie has got a plan, and do you know what? Normally we'd laugh, but it's Willie, so anything is possible. Cool. He's got Cheltenham Supreme Novices, Royal Ascot, and then the Melbourne Cup for sober. Wow. Now, this is a man who won the Breeders' Cup Perth last year. So anything is possible with Willie.
And Steve, the Melbourne Cup, you've got to start planning now, because it is a handicap, of course.
Yeah, that's the problem. And look, the European Raiders will get hit anyway with pretty high weights in that. But as I say, look, normally you'd say, come on, don't be silly, but this is Willie Mullins, so anything is possible. But yes, sober, not a word that we're all familiar with.
Steve, what about tonight? We saw last night, we discussed the VAR farce, but what about tonight? I mean, I don't know what you thought yourself. I was a wee bit disappointed in the game last night. Maybe I built it up too much. Will we get a better game to watch tonight? And are Arsenal slight favourites for the tie?
Not even slight, Ali. They're 5-4 to win in 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. They're 11-4 on to qualify. Arguably, that's what matters.
Yeah.
First leg 9-4 Chelsea. Chelsea 2-1 to qualify. It feels like there are goals in this. Is that fair? I mean, so. 1-1 is 5-1. 2-2 is 11-1. Arsenal to nick it 2-1, 7-1. But just going back to last night quickly, I mean, Man City are now odds on to win this. Obviously, that will change depending on tonight's result. But I thought Semenyo, the one thing he brings is frightening pace.
Yeah.
And
strong
it is an
as well, still. He's strong.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's no surprise. That's why they brought him in. That's why they paid the big money. But he does look like he adds him a new dimension, doesn't he? Which, as I say, is going to be fascinating. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're now looking at Man City and seeing what other business they're going to do in this transfer window.
Steve-O, it's, I don't know if you've got it in front of you, but for me, this could be last chance saloon for West Ham at the weekend coming up. So West Ham Spurs. Spurs are really struggling. West Ham are struggling. But West Ham can get results against Tottenham. If they can win that, Forest have got to play Arsenal. And Leeds United have got a tough game as well. They're at home to Fulham. Fulham are decent away from home. So have you got prices for West Ham against Spurs? Or?
Yeah, they're not actually, do you know what? They're not as big as I thought they'd be.
No.
They're 7-2. Tottenham are odds on 8-11, 3-2 on the draw. Look, that reflects clearly that Tottenham themselves are struggling at the moment. But West Ham are 11-2 on to go down. And the problem with that is, and Ali, I know you were talking about this with Jeff earlier in the week, Nottingham Forest look to be okay, don't they? You think they'll be okay. Leeds went on a really strong run. It's hard to see, both Nottingham Forest and Leeds dropping out of it. Burnley, no surprise, but obviously Burnley are long odds on as well as Wolves. So, not as big as I thought West Ham there, 7-2. But look, a couple of big games in Scotland tonight, chaps.
There is, yes.
Celtic, 8-15 to win at Falkirk. And
Easy
Hearts.
peasy.
By the way, I'm
going
to tell you something. What a job that man's done at Falkirk, Sean McGinn. I'm telling you, what a job. A couple of seasons ago, I think they're in Division 1 or something like that. They are... He deserves a medal, that fella. Absolutely tremendous.
And I believe Steve-O Celtic back favourites.
Hearts are 2-1 on to beat St Mirren tonight. St Mirren 11-10, and you know full well, Al, that Celtic are favourites to win the title. 6-5. Hearts 2-1. Rangers
surprising. Steve-O, after the doing we gave them at Celtic Park.
But Ali, again, we touched on this earlier in the week. Remember, can any one of us remember a time when not only were there 3 teams in contention for the Scottish title,
odds against,
but not one of them was odds on.
That's absolutely incredible. I said to Big Al, Steve, I find that incredible. It must be the first time in decades we've got 3 teams and all of them odds against.
Steve-O, Steve-O just dropped back to the championship, both ends. I didn't think Ipswich could win it or be second. I said playoffs, but they fought their way up there. And Pompey.
That's a low blow.
To worry about Pompey.
That's a low blow, bringing that up. Do you know what? It's funny. Just touch it back on VAR. What was great about the FA Cup weekend? Obviously, no VAR. When Portsmouth scored that opening goal, you could celebrate, knowing full well that it wasn't going to be cancelled out. All right, we only held the lead for 5 minutes, but what a 5 minutes it was. Championship out. You've always said all season you cannot understand why Ipswich was so short. They're 7-4 to win it, Al.
Wow.
4-5 Coventry. You're long odds on to be promoted, 1-4. And I'm not going down the bottom for relegation because that's cruel and unnecessary. Putting a man down.
But the championship, I tell you, look at it. Preston have done brilliant as well. They're up there in
That's brilliant, Preston.
Millwall, they're out the cup. They're joint fourth. It's going to be. I think the top 3 will eventually. Mind you, it's difficult.
I tell you, Watford are worth a mention as well, Steve.
Watford only 3-1 to be promoted. They've almost kind of slipped under the radar. We've all been talking about Middlesbrough, Coventry. Look, Birmingham are in the mix. Obviously, Millwall, despite a disappointing FA Cup result, but they're probably not too sorry to see that go. But Ipswich out. Bookmakers don't get it wrong very often.
No, you're right there, Steve.
7-4 to win the title.
Steve, have a great day. Enjoy tonight's
football. Enjoy your day, mate. Enjoy the
games, fellas.
Dave Stevens, a big Pompey fan, of course. And Cheltenham just round the corner. It's amazing how quickly it comes. Really is. Right, coming up 8:30, Neil Warnock coming up the tick.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Five minutes to 9. Thank you, Amelia. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark, saving your next car in the real sale. It's the UK's biggest used car sale.
We managed to get Spanish today.
Has he?
Just spoke to him.
What sort of exams are these?
Prelims for his hires. They're called hires now.
Up in Scotland, they are.
Yeah.
Not down here.
So he's got his Spanish today. So I wished
Where
him.
did you say, Ali?
16.
Is he?
He's in the car now. So I wished him bon chance.
You wished him what?
Bon chance.
Well, he's taking Spanish.
That's the joke.
Oh dear.
Have we not seen each other enough?
No. Right, you and Jeff were joining the show yesterday with the former sporting director of Norwich City, amongst other clubs, Stuart Webber, who ended up causing quite a stir. Ali's phone blew up yesterday after the interview. He was asked by Jeff whether the model of an old-fashioned football manager, does it still exist in football?
I think that died a few years ago. I think the day of the manager negotiating contracts, dealing with agents, watching games non-stop's gone, because if you look at the modern coach and the way they're being taught now, the amount of analysis they do, the amount of media they have to do, they actually haven't got time to be, as we know, an old-fashioned manager, because they actually haven't got the time and space to do that. So I think that died quite a while ago. And I think now it's about, and this is why people should come out and speak, who are in my positions, to help educate and let people understand exactly what a modern club is, where maybe you've got 800 staff now as opposed to maybe it was 30 staff 20 years ago. So these are big organisations now.
It's an interesting one. For me,
come on, get him on.
For me, the world has gone mad. Football has gone mad.
Get him on, I'm excited.
Physio can tell the manager, get him off now, boss. Take him off. He's got to come off. What the hell is going on? Neil Warnock. Morning, Neil.
Good morning, Neil.
I wondered why you got me on today, lads. I thought, what's going on here? There must be something hitting the fan.
Well, Neil, I'm going to say to you, right, with Stuart Webber on yesterday, and you heard a little bit there, right?
Yeah.
Now, my argument would be, yes, they've got a lot to do, the managers now, but if you're going to bring them in help, which is great, bring them in help in those areas that aren't as important as he's, and let them focus on the footballing side of it. Bring them in help with media, advertising, marketing, whatever it is. Bring people in to help the manager, contracts, by all means. But let the manager do the job, get the team ready, bring the players in and prepare for the game. That's where I am, mate.
I think a lot of them now, they really want to be managers, these guys. They really want to be the manager. A lot of owners are the same. They want to be the manager. So, you know, they try and influence everything, but they don't want to take the flak when things go wrong. They sit at the back when things go wrong, but at the front when they're going well. So it's not been something that's just come upon us, like he says. It's been coming. Listen, you've got to move forward. Arsene Wenger moved forward with everything and every department, and now it's moved forward again. But the top managers, if you look at the people that win things in football, they don't listen to them when they're crucial. You don't take the top player off when you're trying to get to a final or win a league or do that. You have your own instincts as a manager, what you can do and what you can't do. Yeah, he might have run more, but in general, that player might do 2,000 metres more than somebody else anyhow. So for me, it's such a load of rubbish. You know, when they talk about dinosaurs, these guys will never. It's like you can't blame Leon Rosenior for getting a 6-year contract at Chelsea. No disrespect to him, but the owners and the director of football will want to influence him in certain things, and Liam won't mind. Why would he mind if he gets a 6-year contract? Good luck to him. And that's what's happening. Like, you know. Yeah.
Neil, do you know something? I don't know whether you agree or not. You look at, and you've mentioned there, you've touched on it, see all the great managers and the great coaches. Do you know what do you know what they rely on most? Their eyes. Their eyes tell
Correct.
them.
It's instinct, isn't it? Instinct.
Yeah.
They know what they do. You know, I go back years ago when I was at Palace. I remember going in to see Parish. We hadn't got any players and we wanted a centre-half. I told this story before, Ali, so you might have heard it. But I went in and said I want a centre-half, and there's one up in Scotland. So I sent Ronnie Jepson up to look at him. He come back and he said, yeah, we'll have him, 3.5 million. So I said, yeah, go on. So I told Parish, I said, there's this lad in Scotland. Well, can you give me 24 hours? There were 3 lads in the recruitment office. They weren't no older than my son. Yeah. At that time, they're in the 20s, and anyhow, he come back 24 hours later, said, no, we can't sign him, Neil. The lad, they think it's too slow. I said, no, he's too slow because he plays with a fag in his mouth in Scotland. Is that good? Yeah. And they said, no, well, I'd rather you not sign him. So we didn't sign him. This lad's called Virgil van Dijk. And he went to Southampton, and then he went to Liverpool, and one of the best in the world. But they were telling me I couldn't sign him for 3.5 million.
Do you know something, Neil? See that player specifically you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but I looked at Virgil van Dijk, right, when he's at Celtic, and I actually did think it looked too easy for him. He was that good.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But these guys are on computers, Ali.
Yeah.
And they're telling you, a number of times at Middlesbrough, I was told about a left back. And I watched him for 5 minutes on a video. These young lads had got this left back for me from abroad. And after 5 minutes, I said, look, lads, he can't defend. Nobody's got the best stats for headers. He's got more tackles than anybody else. I said, are you listening to me? He can't defend. I don't want him. And like it's when you say about fitness and things, I mean, on last night, Ali, you can imagine me with VAR.
I can imagine, mate.
I mean, I looked at that last night. Do you know, Ali? I just thought when Chris Kavanagh walked across, I had my fingers crossed. I know it sounds daft. I had my fingers crossed. I thought, Chris, have a look at it and then say, no, I think it's a goal. It was so obvious a goal. I'm thinking, please, Chris, don't listen to Stuart Atwell. They're all like that. You know, a few weeks ago there were lad Brooks in the VAR who I don't think knows the game either. And I'm thinking, don't ask him to make a decision. No, it's the same people making the mistakes that they make on the field. Somebody else has got to come into VAR in our country to make it work, because they're not good enough to do that. Yeah. I mean, you know, Alan, when you look at that last night, that doesn't take 5 seconds, let alone 5 minutes.
Absolute joke.
You'll be the same as us, Neil. I'm imagining you'll be the exact same as us. FA Cup, breath of fresh air, whether it was Macclesfield, Wrexham, it was a breath of fresh air, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you just can't. I mean, you can't celebrate. I just thought about Semenyo last night when he scored that goal and the celebrations. It was fantastic. And then he's got to get choked off. Oh, my goodness, mate. Hey, and they're looking the part now. You know me and Pep, don't you? I love Pep, mate. And I can tell he's changing it. He's had to bite his tongue for nearly 9 months now while he brings these players in one by one. And I think he's just one centre-half missing now, Ali.
Well, that was going to be my question to you. And with Paul Dickov on, you'd maybe go and get a Mark Gay, wouldn't you?
I'd go Van der Veen.
Listen, if I were Mark Gay, I'd think, sod Real Madrid or Barcelona or what have you. Let's have 4 years at bloody Manchester City with him, because he's the best manager in my lifetime for me.
Well,
the way he changes it.
Neil, the other thing as well, Maresca and Amarine both go. We're hearing, the Daily Mail said, look, Maresca's been told, get him off, take him off now. This is from the physio behind, tapping on the shoulder, take him off. Amarine had an outburst, and then, no, just let me manage, let me pick the team. It's just beyond a joke. They're shortchanging the fans, the owners. The players are. I've always said players are commodities, but it's even worse now. Let's get the best of them. Let's flog them. Let's get the best of them. Let's get rid.
Hey, I remember going back to QPR with Flavio Briatore upstairs, telling Gianni for me to take somebody off, right? And Gianni come down to the bench and told me. I said, Gianni, go back up and smile at him. And we got promotion that year, but they wanted me to change something and take a player off. And what's going on? I thought, not in a million years. In fairness to Bernie Eccleston, he always told me, take no notice what he says, Flavio. So, but it happens all the time. People interfere, don't they? And that's half the battle. But Maresca, I must admit, a couple of games when he's taking people off when they're winning games.
You're scratching your head, aren't you?
Neil, unbelievable. Neil, what would you do with Spurs at the moment? Because West Ham are going there thinking, we'll get something, we can beat these, we can give ourselves a little bit of hope, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. What has happened at Spurs?
I think they've lost a lot of good players. I don't think they're good enough, Alan. It's simple as that. When I look at the team sheet, they've got players who will have 10 minutes of wonder. These what flash in the pans, and they look an amazing player for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But to win games, you've got to have more than that. I just don't think they're good enough. Either team, I don't think either. I think Tottenham's better than West Ham, but I think they've got issues. It's only like Man United. They think it's going to change now that Michael's gone in. It won't change completely because they're not good enough.
Yeah,
the players aren't good. Amarine goes in, Amarine goes in there and plays this system, and he hasn't got 3 centre halves in the club. Yeah. How can he play 3 centre halves when he hasn't got any 3 centre halves? I don't understand. And these what do you call it? What they have on the knees during the game, Alan, you know what I mean, Coisty, don't you? These clipboards or whatever you have on the knees.
Well, we were talking about another thing. The exact same thing. Alan and I were just discussing this 2 seconds ago, Neil. The lad at Celtic, Wilfred Nancy, they play 3 at the back against Rangers. They play a right back at right centre back. They play a left back at left centre back. And they play 1 centre back. It's incredible.
And he changes it. He changes it on his first game against the league leaders, Hearts. Yeah. He changes it all. He's had 2 days or 3 days to work. Absolute nonsense.
Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying
it. He's had 2 or 3 days up in Glasgow, so there's no way he hasn't been in them distilleries, has he? He's been in them Johnny Walker places, hasn't he?
Well, I hope he enjoyed Glasgow, because I don't want to see him back there.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. There's that much to talk about at the minute.
Oh, it's great. But I loved the FA Cup at the weekend. I've got to say I loved it, mate. Wrexham, Macclesfield. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It brought back a few memories for me.
I bet it did.
Fortunately, I never lost in the FA Cup to a non-league club. But when I was a non-league manager, we beat a club, Aldershot. They were in the league at that time. When I was at Burton Albion, and we beat them, and we took Leicester. We only lost 1-0 to Leicester with Gary Lineker and all them lot at Burton Albion at Derbyshire Ground. So the great memories for people in the FA Cup, and it was just good to see. The only difference. The only thing I felt sorry for is they don't make a lot of money. They make money, I know, but they don't make a lot when the crowd's 5. The replay. If they'd have got a replay, these replays for the smaller clubs, they're like lifesavers then, and it's disappointing that. But I suppose that's moving on into it. The games.
Neil, great to talk.
Great to talk to you, mate.
Thanks, Neil.
Cheers, lads.
See you, mate.
Neil, you imagine Martin and Neil? We're talking about.
No.
Experienced managers, the physio saying, Martin, get him off now.
No.
What?
Ain't happening.
Did you say?
Ain't happening.
Glasgow Central taxi, please, thank you, I'm off.
Do you know what great managers do? They'll listen to everybody and then make their own mind up. That's what they do.
Yeah. There's no point listening. There's no problem listening.
Absolutely.
But you make the final say.
Correct.
Okay, let's look ahead to the next hour of the show with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmark's.
Yeah, Fergie must be shaking his head in dismay, Fergie. We're going to be taking your calls in this VAR chat. Did the VAR-less FA Cup match over the weekend, did I show they were far better off without it?
Going about VAR this, VAR that. It's a joke.
03717 223344. Get your calls in. It's time to have your say at 9 a.m. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins. Higher.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
You know, I miss looking out the window to see what the weather's like.
Oh,
since we've done this new studio.
You've just done that to wind me up, haven't you?
Why?
It's mental. We must have the best view, right? I mean, look at that. You can see through heads, right? We must have the best view any working place could have, right? Outside the country, right? But look at that. We've got a big... have you ever seen that on?
No.
What's the point in having that one? We've got the best view. You can look down there. You can see the Tower of London, HMS Belfast.
I've no idea.
And what about all that space over there? You have touched on
I am not a shop fitter, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, seriously, I ask you, you walk in the door, you're cramped, and you've got all the space over there.
What about when you get a guest?
When they get... Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I'll wait to see when that happens.
They can't be any more than 10.5 stone. They can again. Right, 8:53, and these laughing away there.
I know.
Look at the room they've got in there.
Exactly, plenty of room, mate.
Don't forget, tomorrow morning we're joined by Premier League legend.
Hasselback might get here before Schmeichel. Goal from Leeds United. Jimmy Floyd Hasselback.
Yeah, Jimmy Floyd Hasselback. I saw he was at Kempton Races the other day.
Oh, he likes his racing. I saw him. Yeah, he likes enjoying his racing.
So Jimmy Floyd will be joining us on the breakfast show tomorrow morning for a whole half an hour. The two-time Premier League Golden Boot winner will tell us all about his time at Chelsea and what he thinks of the way the club is run now.
Brilliant.
Yes, we'll look back on tonight's game. And Jimmy was, of course, part of Gareth Southgate's coaching staff.
Correct.
And will give us insight into what it was like in the camp during the run-up all the way to the Euro 2024 final. Tom, but Jimmy, Holland, are they a live wire for the World Cup or not?
Oh, they come into the equation. They always do, don't they? But I'd have 3 or 4 certainly before, at least 3 or 4 before them. But it'd come into the equation, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Do you know what somebody told me the other day? I don't know how true it is. Roberto Martinez.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if Martin is just staying at the end of the season.
I saw that written somewhere.
Oh, did you? That's what I hear. Maybe. Because his wife's from, I think, Airdrie.
Motherwell.
Oh, Motherwell. Yeah. I know it was that way.
Yeah.
So there's
you can't get them mixed up.
Oh, really?
Oh, big rivalry, Motherwell and Airdrie.
Is there?
Oh, yeah. Big rivalry. There's a good bit of crack there, Lanarkshire. I mean, neither of them quite up to the standards of East Kilbride, but Motherwell and Airdrie, there's a big rivalry there.
So where is Airdrie from Motherwell then?
Just across the kind of motorway bit.
Shut up, I'm talking Scotland. Sorry, Alan, before I was interrupted.
I would just be across the M70, not the M74. It's not far, that's what I'm trying to say. It's the M8, not just over the M8.
Right, we'll move on, shall we? Jimmy was, of course, part of Gareth's coaching staff. Breakfast show tomorrow at 6 a.m. You don't want to miss that one. Right, we're almost halfway into the January transfer window. So that means it's time, here we go, for Crookie's Roundup in partnership with Intuit QuickBooks.
Transfer window. Breaking news on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Tackle your self-assessment with Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Crookie's Roundup, right here every day. Crookie's Roundup, which players are on their way. If an agent's got a story.
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Crookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
Some of the garbage he makes us talk about, eh? When we get something interesting, he's on your back.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Eh?
I mean, that was interesting. A lot of punters want to know strategically where Airdrie is from Motherwell.
And he's sharp whinging.
He's giving us a bit.
Let's bring in talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Crookie.
Crookie, good morning, Crookie. Would you have known, Crookie, where Airdrie was in relation to Motherwell?
Good morning. Geography is not my strong point, so probably not, to be honest with you.
Right, let's kick off. What about reading about Marcus Rashford?
Yeah, there's a lot of Manchester United fans. Well, not a lot, but there's certainly some Manchester United fans who I think are hoping that because Ruben Amorim is no longer the manager, and obviously there was a big fallout between the two, that maybe his departure would pave the way for a return to Old Trafford for one of their former heroes. Obviously came through the academy, big United fan as a kid. I don't think that's going to happen. From what I'm being told, it was as much a boardroom decision as it was the manager's to get Rashford.
Would
off
the punters have it? Would they have it? The Man United faithful, would they welcome that?
I think there'd be a split out. You know, I think there'd be a lot of United fans who remember the good days with Rashford, but equally there's a lot who would remember how it ended. But I don't think the club are inclined to bring him back at the end of the season. I don't think he wants to come back at the end of the season. If you look at his social media, he seems to be having the time of his life in Barcelona. But interestingly, my colleague Ben Jacobs reported yesterday that Barcelona don't necessarily want to pay the option in full, £26 million, which really is a bargain for a Marcus Rashford at the top of his game. But I think they're going to try and negotiate United down. So interesting to see if that works.
Crookie, what about now? You're looking at a lot of clubs, City included, probably Liverpool as well, maybe screaming out for a centre back. Mark Gahey's the obvious one that would come into the equation. I mean, he'd clearly, you know, it'd be a target for a lot of clubs. But flip side, what if you're Mark Gahey? Would you wait to the end of the season, or do you say to yourself, I might have a chance of winning a title and go to City, or does he go to Real Madrid?
It's a conundrum, isn't it? Do you wait even until maybe after the World Cup? Because if he has a blinder at that tournament, then suddenly his wage demands can go through the roof, can't they? I think if he goes anywhere this window, I think Manchester City is the most likely destination. You look at their back line last night, and I know I kept a clean sheet, but it didn't look like a Manchester City defence that would strike fear into the opposition. So they are short in that area. Bayern Munich as well, according to sources in Germany, their sporting director has made contact. And, you know, maybe Mark Gahey will look at what Harry Kane's done over there. You're pretty much guaranteed to win the league every season. You're going to go deep in the Champions League. Could they match the wages, Bayern Munich? That could be a problem for some of those European clubs. I know Barcelona, for one, have balked at paying $200,000 a week. But what a lovely dilemma that Mark Gahey finds himself.
I was just going to say that, Alex and Ali. You know, the guy deserved it. He's been loyal.
Yeah, of course he has.
Right? He's been a top player. Still is a top player. Just keep yourself fit. Yeah. Make the right choice. You're set for life.
Absolutely. I mean, he's
nice.
As Crookie said, Crookie, what a fantastic position to be in.
And I don't think he's going to go to Newcastle. So what about Newcastle? Who would their top defensive targets be?
Well, I don't have too many names at this stage, but I think they are going to have to dive into the market. Tino Livramento injured again. He's going to be out for 8 weeks with a hamstring issue, and that's a blow, not just for Newcastle, but for the boy himself as well in terms of getting on the plane for that World Cup, because when he's fit, I think he's terrific, Tino Livramento. I saw a lot of him at Southampton, but he's had a lot of injuries now, and I just wonder if that might be a concern for Thomas Tuchel. But again, you look at the game last night, that Newcastle squad looks light, doesn't it? So I do think they need some reinforcements in this window.
Yep. Alex, thank you. I'll speak to you.
Have a good day, mate. All the best.
Thank you. Alex Crook there. Right, coming up, we get Eddie Pepperell Golf. So it looks like Brooks Koepka returning to the PGA Tour shows that it sends Live Golf a rivals again, and maybe one or two else jumping ship back out of Live. Richard Stearman as well, former Wolves, Leicester and Derby defender, will join us around 9:30. Your text, your calls, your emails. It's 9 o'clock.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against a real prospect, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Six minutes after 9, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark's Real Sale. Huge savings to be had in over 20,000 used cars. Ali, what's the flights like into Glasgow? No problem?
They've been good. They've been very, very good, yeah.
No cancellations?
I've got to say, the city's brilliant. Glasgow Airport's brilliant. It's nice and handy. I think.
The only problem with City of London is sometimes you get freezing fog. That's the only.
Yeah, I get that.
That's worse than
I get
anything
that.
else.
In terms of handiness for us, though, it's absolutely perfect.
Oh, brilliant!
It's just brilliant. A couple of stops on that DLR, Canning Town, went to West Ham Country, and then Jubilee along. Perfect.
Yeah. We'll discuss the new look Manchester United management team, which does the rest of the season. What does the rest of the season hold for Michael Carrick? Steve Holland's going to join him. And Jonathan Woodgate, does Holland's arrival pave the way for Gareth this summer? It's an interesting one after the World Cup, what happens. Now, though, it's advantage Man City over Newcastle United, but VAR took centre stage once again live on talkSPORT.
1-0 to Manchester City, looking for a second. They might just have it. They have. It's him again. Antoine Semenyo walking onto the corner. This one hasn't been ratified by the VAR as yet.
How long has this been going on?
You have 5 minutes, 30 seconds, and 4 people in VAR don't realize if it's goal or not. You have to go to the referee, so it was so tight.
They're going to have to get the 3D lines out and more.
That's too long a delay for the decision. We don't want that. I think we don't want, on a cold night, players standing around. But if that's what it takes to get the right call, then so be it.
Chris Kavanagh's had a look. Let's hear what he's going to say.
After review, Manchester City, number 9, is in an offside position.
This kind of decision isn't what VAR was designed for, and we had to wait all that time, and then we had to pay attention to the ref, who made a totally unnecessary on-field announcement just to put himself at the front and centre of everything.
How's this been? You give me a clue there. I don't think I'd have got it.
No?
No.
They had an album, Ace, right? I'm listening to One Out Wonders, but I can't remember too many others.
Yeah.
And they had the Blue Scarves in the Spawning Cup.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where would they be from?
Well, I'm guessing Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. But it was big double cover, all red in the Cop with the scarves on, and you see them with the blue.
Great song.
Yeah, Ace. Anyway, where was I?
I'll tell you where we were. We were going back onto VAR at one point, weren't we?
Well, it took 6 minutes, around 6 minutes, for VAR to rule out what should have been another goal, a third goal for City in two. This would have been, of course, Antoine Semenyo's second. It'd been third goal in 2 games. What am I talking about? Pep's side, however, did score again, take a 2-0 advantage against Newcastle very late on. Ali, what's the longest we can allow a VAR check to take? Because
if we're going to keep it out, which I don't want, right? But they will, because there's nobody will admit.
It's not fair on the fans. It's not fair.
That's 100%.
But
it is. It's not fair on the football fan, right? It's simply not. I keep harping on like a broken record. Nothing more refreshing than the FA Cup at the weekend, Friday over to Monday there. Decisions, just referee was making them, getting on the game. Wonderful. It was just refreshing. So in answer to the question, if we are going to have it, I mean, you tell me. A minute, and if it's dubious, then just go with the referee's decision. Simple.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was revealed yesterday that VAR errors in the Premier League have increased from what they were at this stage last season. 13 major mistakes this campaign compared to 10 a year ago.
Well, that's my point, Al, right? And where do you stand on it? See, I've got to be honest. The hypocrisy from me won't be lost on a lot of people, because I was for it. I thought it would have been a good thing. I genuinely thought it would be a good thing, because
I'll be honest with you, Al, I've never been a fan.
Well, I thought my reasoning was, Al, anything that, rights are wrong can only be a good thing. That was my line of thinking. I thought, well, it must be a good thing. If it's going to right or wrong, there's no argument. It's a good thing. But there's so many problems. Just let the referee the game. They're taking the responsibility of officiating at a game away from the referee.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says, Alan. The referee is now refereeing a game with VAR in his head, knowing that somebody will be in his ear within 2 minutes if he gets the decision wrong. And it's a natural thing, I think, for an official or in any walk of life. If you're making a judgment on something and you know that somebody is going to come back at you if you make the wrong judgment, I think you referee the game differently as you normally would, because there'll be incidents, whether it's a penalty incident or whatever, Alan. A referee, if he doesn't have VAR, I think will go bang, penalty, and that's it. But someone will go, I think some of them would naturally now go, no, I'm not giving that. VAR will tell me if I made a mistake. So he's refereeing the game differently.
Right, let's head to the phone lines. You know the number, 03717 223344. Dan's a Leeds United fan. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, Ali. Morning, I forgot your name. Sorry, mate.
Don't worry, Pete. Get on with it.
Sorry, before we start, can I put a shout out to Michael Woods in Sweden? and the cavalry whites MOTs to them. VAR, it's just getting boring now, isn't it, Alan? That's it. Alec.
Well, I'm getting boring now. All right. What's up with you?
My question is, I mean, you know, how much he's paying referees, and it's absolutely ridiculous that he can't make a decision. And like Ali said, the FA Cup is spot on. You've got a penalty bang there, right? Happy days, no VAR. We're getting on with it. You know, whether you miss penalty or what, score it, then it's a different matter. But 6 minutes, I mean, just to, you know, obviously, like you say, to look at back of Nick Pope's backside, you know what I mean? No, thank you. But it's like on a Saturday when you're ticking off your bets and you're like, yeah, I've got a goalie, I've got a goal, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
You think, oh, you know, gutted, you know, it's offside, and you can't. Fans can't celebrate anymore. The score a goal, and it's like, well.
And I'll tell you what else Dan does my head in. Corner kicks, free kicks, the tugging and wrestling in the box. You know, the only way they can stop that is send a few people off to begin with, and it'll stop it. The ball's in the back of the net, you don't know if it's going to be given, who pulled who.
That's what I mean. It was like, going back to that Newcastle Leeds game, you know, both of them penalties, right, were absolutely ridiculous, you know, and I mean, if a player's going to shield himself from the ball, you know, and it's an handball, I'll tell you what, we'll just give it for laughs so we can have a few goals in game, and then when they've scored it, we'll you know, give them offside, we'll cancel it out. It just spoils games. It's poor.
Dan, I think we're going to get a lot of calls agreeing with you, mate. Thank you very much. Ride carefully. There's Dan, a big Leeds United fan. Right, so we're all moaning this morning. Neil Warnock says people in charge of VAR need to change. Ali wants to get rid of it after the FA Cup. After the break, we'll speak to former Premier League referee Chris Foy will join us. Okay, 9:20 on the Sports Breakfast. Ali's alongside me. Right, so everyone is fuming about VAR this morning. So let's bring in former Premier League referee Chris Foy to try and make some sort of sense of all this. Chris, a very good morning.
A very good morning.
Good morning, boys. You okay?
We're in good form, thank you.
Chris, it's a difficult one. Look, rules are rules, but God, 6 minutes for a goal to be decided or a penalty to be given. I'm just so old-fashioned. I don't like all these changes, Chris. I don't mind if VAR is quick, decisive, and say, okay, they're not going to get it right all the time, and if it helps, fine. But it's getting too much. It's every game almost.
I think the big thing last night from the from Newcastle Man United game was the decision you're talking about, and it was too long. And I think when decisions are being analysed, and being reviewed by the VAR, and they do take that amount of time, it does arouse suspicion among some people. But it did need to be quicker last night. And I think if that would have happened, then we probably wouldn't be having this discussion.
Yeah, I'm not saying, when you say suspicion, I think it's just killing the enjoyment for the player that scores the goal and the fans who want to celebrate scoring the goal. 6 minutes, it's killing the moment for me.
As well, Chris, I don't know if you've been listening to the show at all. I did 3 FA Cup games over the weekend and listening to a lot of football supporters. Honest to goodness, mate, it was like a breath of fresh air. The referees were there to officiate, do their job with the officials, take the responsibility. And there was players could score, they could celebrate, fans could enjoy it. Listen, we're all aware that in any walk of life people make mistakes. I think there's more of an acceptance from football supporters and people like ourselves about officials making mistakes, naturally watching a game. But when you're taking 6 minutes to go to VAR, and even then it's kind of inconclusive a little bit, it just takes away from the enjoyment in the game.
Yeah, I think that's the theme of what everybody's saying. I was on a train on Saturday night coming back from Liverpool, chatting to some Sunderland fans. They'd obviously been to the Everton game, and there was a penalty given in that game for Everton on Anzu, and it was never a penalty.
Correct.
And if we'd have had VAR, we certainly would have had an overturn. And they were talking about so that is one, but because they win the game on penalties, it sort of gets washed away. VAR's here, it's here to stay, and I hear and understand what people are saying. It does, on some occasions, needs to be quicker, it needs to be a little bit more speedy. And as you say, when somebody scores a goal, the last thing they want to do is stand around. That they want to celebrate. But all goals have to be checked, and that's the world we live in with VAR.
Chris, we're going to take a couple of callers now. If you just bear with us, hold on. One thing I did before I go to the caller, Chris, the one thing that really drives me mad is the grappling at set pieces, corners and free kicks in the box, especially corners. I just, for the life of me, we've got to knock this in the head. I don't know what a penalty is now or what isn't. It's just, for me, it's a toss of a coin. It's ridiculous. We've got to do something about it. It's so frustrating.
Do you know what, Al? You make a really good point. And when I was refereeing, you'd have 15, 16 people in the penalty area, or as you guys used to call it, the mixer, where everybody's pushing, pulling, defenders are trying to get touch tight, attackers are trying to get space, defenders are trying to stop people making space. But we have seen, and I think this has been a positive this year in the Premier League, we have seen a number of penalties given for these offences. I can think back to Sunderland, Brentford earlier on the season where 2 were given, and clubs were. I
think we just lost Chris here. Chris, hang on for us, please, because it kills me, that does. It drives me mad. Let me take a quick call. Chris will hang on. Chris, stay in there. We want to get your reaction to what the punters are saying now. Let's take a quick call. Let me go to an Arsenal fan, of course. Big game tonight. Josh is an Arsenal fan. Josh, what do you want to say to the referees, Josh?
Hi guys. Thanks so much for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Josh. I just want to say it's too forensic now. It's like watching police in custody with VAR. Hair follicles offside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand. Erling Haaland had nothing to do with that goal. Absolutely nothing to do. But the goal's not given because he's blocking the referee, he's blocking the goalkeeper, he's impeding. It's a physical sport. FA Cup on the weekend was beautiful. No VAR in sight. It was amazing. The League Cup needs to follow suit. It's completely destroying the fabric of football, VAR.
So too forensic, Josh. Yeah. What about Dale? Dale's a Derby fan. Dale, morning.
Morning, mate.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Good, thanks.
Very well, thank you.
It was just a quickie. VAR is there to correct clear and obvious errors. If it's taking 5 minutes, it's not clear and obvious, is it?
I think that's a terrific point, Dale. I really do, and I'm looking forward to getting back to hear what Chris has got to say to this, because you're right. Clear and obvious errors. Right now, there is absolutely no danger that was a clear and obvious error last night. You're right, mate. And the fact that, Dale, I'm going to say to you, the fact it took 6 minutes would indicate it's not clear and obvious, mate.
No, I think what you said about a time limit would, if you can't establish within 30 seconds, 45 seconds, minute, that a mistake's been made, then you go with the initial on-field decision.
Referee,
Otherwise, you're hamstringing the referee.
Yeah. No, well done, Dale. Chris, I think our last caller's got a point there. If it's clear and obvious, fine, but if it shouldn't take 6 minutes, should it?
I mean, Dale makes a really good point. I think the difficulty last night was we didn't have the semi-automated technology, didn't kick in, so it meant that Stuart Atwell, the VAR, he in turn has to manually draw the lines and go back to where we were, and that took the time. And of course, it was a subjective offside decision. So the ultimate call with this one goes with the referee on field, which was Chris Kavanagh. So he went over to the monitor. So had the semi-automated have been working, we may have seen it a lot more. It would have been a lot quicker, which is what people want. But Dale makes a really good point. We do want it to be quicker, that's for sure.
I can ask you one, mate, as well. Alan, Big Alan and I are getting things off our chest here, mate. Yeah, you've turned into Big Alan our agony aunt, mate. This is tremendous.
Dr. Chris is with you this morning.
Well, listen, here's one for you. VAR coming back into the cup competition later on in the tournament. How on earth can you have it in part of the tournament and not all of the tournament? It then becomes a different competition entirely, I think. I think it's unfair.
I think it comes down to the competition. Those who run the competition will determine, if you can have VAR. I think it was a semi-final last night, and it was a non-Premier League team. Then you on a non-Premier League ground, you wouldn't have VAR, but because you've got Newcastle, obviously, and Man City, who are in the Premier League, you have it, and people do talk about that, and we'll probably see more of that in the FA Cup.
Chris, thank you.
Thanks for your time, mate.
We could be here for 3 hours arguing away about this.
Alan, Alan, listen, the surgery's always open.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris Foy there, ex-Premiership referee.
Got a couch.
And the other thing, just going back just briefly to the penalty box, the grappling and if the defender is not looking at the ball, Al, he's got his back to the ball. If he's got two hands on an attacking player, penalty.
I'm with you.
If he's not looking at the ball, penalty.
I'm with you.
End of.
I couldn't agree more. If a defender isn't looking at the ball, he's looking at the man and blocking the man, pulling the man, pulling jerseys, penalty.
It's simple, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so Ellis, have a safe journey, mate.
But we've got another half hour to go. What have you done? You trying to get rid of me?
I thought you were having an early one.
No, I'm
Oh, really? I try everything.
He's trying to get rid of me.
Who would have thought a sporting event's halftime show could have a bigger impact than the game itself? That seems to be the case with the Super Bowl halftime show. In 2024, Usher brought in an audience of 180 million worldwide, the biggest in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first Super Bowl was held in 1967. Initially, the halftime show was a display purely for the fans in the stadium, with marching bands, dancers, and American patriotism for all to see. And that's what it was for the first few years. Disney had a go with a few questionable displays in the 1980s, but it wasn't until '93 that we got the first glimpse into the future of halftime shows. Michael Jackson's stellar performance gave NFL execs something to think about. A raft of massive names followed, including Diana Ross, U2, Janet Jackson, who gave us the most famous or infamous wardrobe malfunction of all time. So how many people are involved? To give you an idea of the scale, Rihanna's 2023 performance included 800 people, and experts reckon it cost $13 million. What's even more impressive than some of the names on the bill every year is the fact they do it for free. The artists know the exposure they'll get from doing the show will rocket them up the charts across the world. The Super Bowl halftime show will be a fixture in pop culture for years to come. So the question is, who next?
You want rid of me early? What's that all about?
Get him home. This is talkSPORT's Breakfast with Arnold Clark, saving your next car in the real sale. It's the UK's biggest used car sale. Now, in the last couple of days, a few footballers, have gone viral with their
this is magic.
fantasy dinner party guest list. I've missed this. Young West Ham midfielder Freddie Potts, his guest list, includes Donald Trump, Ricky Gervais, Ronaldo, Elon Musk and Ed Sheeran. Well, that's a mix, isn't it?
Cool.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump. I mean, we've got to be careful. We don't want to get political here.
I mean, interesting. It definitely brings some interest to the table, Donald.
Cool, there'll be some. You get Musk there, you get Ronaldo there, you get Trump.
Gervais.
Yeah, Ed
Sheeran. Ed wouldn't get a word in, would he? No.
No, I think Ricky would hold his own. I think
Ricky would hold his own.
Ed could just play a bit of background music, couldn't he?
Ronaldo would have a bit of lettuce for the dinner.
Former Palace defender Damien Delaney, his list includes Keith Richards, Joseph Stalin, Chairman Mao, Napoleon Bonaparte. You're having a laugh.
By the way, Damien, you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
Imagine Keith Richards in with that trio. Stalin, Mao and Bonaparte. Nah.
Nah. You can't.
Who would you have at yours? A couple of names. Give me a couple of names.
That's difficult, isn't it?
Well,
people that have gone now.
Aye. My mum would be the first one. I'd want my wee mum at the dinner table.
Aye, now you got to leave families out.
Have we? Okay. Billy Connolly.
Sinatra.
I know Billy's still here, but
don't kill him off yet.
No, I'm not killing him off, but I'd like him at my dinner table. I mean, what a laugh it'd be straight away. You just need Billy and that'd be it.
Would you let wee Viv cook, or would you bring in?
No, I'm bringing in Gordon Ramsay. I'm going, and I'd let Gordon sit at the table for dessert.
Would you?
Aye.
Just dessert.
Do you know who I'd have at the table?
Who?
Churchill.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill. He'd be brilliant, wouldn't he?
Gary Oldman, would you have him?
Gary. It's the same person. It's the same person.
Now it's interesting. Musk, would you? I don't really know much about him. He's South African, isn't he?
Well, an interesting character. I'm not sure I'd be having him at my dinner table, but he's
still be doing what he's doing with that sort of money?
Well, these guys it's just in their mechanics, isn't it?
Amazing.
That's all they know. It's just, that's what they are. They're just business focused. They're different to us.
Right, another huge night at Carabao football tonight. New Chelsea manager Liam Rossignol will make his Stamford Bridge bows. A difficult start this is. Yes. As Arsenal go to the bridge, Arteta, of course, has taken his time, but now every Arsenal fan would say it's been a raging success, his arrival in North London. Liam, though, says he wants to emulate what Mikel has done during his tenure.
Yeah, I'd love to be here for 6 years and longer. I'll be here as long as possible, but I'm aware in order for that to happen, I need to win. It's as simple as that. I understand every club has a different project. This word project comes out a lot now in football, but the idea in any project is that every game you play, you're trying to win it. It's as simple as that. So for me, my focus is, yes, I've got ideas about what I want the team to look like in a year's time, 2 years, 3 years' time, but I think I've got enough resources and enough tools with me now to win now. And I've made that clear to the players. So, we're going to give our best shot on Wednesday. The lads trained very, very well this morning, and I'll make a decision on the team in the next few days, and hopefully we go and attack the game.
Right. First of all, I want this kid to do well.
Of course,
played with his old man, Leroy. I want him to do well, but the way football is changing, what we're hearing, I hate to say this, Ali, but I'm going to say, I'm not going to beat about the bush. Is he going to be a yes man?
Well, the answer would hopefully be no, right? But I understand your scepticism. Of course I do. I understand your scepticism. If we look at one of the reasons it looks as though Maresca's left, would be because he wanted to make his own decisions. Now, he's done very, very well in a short period as a manager. There's no doubt about that. In normal circumstances, would Chelsea have gone from not a chance, no chance, right? And years gone past, they'd have gone far bigger and far more experienced.
Correct.
Right? There's no doubt about that. So there's nothing wrong with him being given a chance, as long as he can go and be his own man.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he can. So does Liam have what it takes to build Chelsea into a force like Arteta's Arsenal? I wonder what Mikel would say if the physio touched on the show and said, boss. He's got to come off now. Bring him off.
No, getting back, I can understand this if it's a player that's coming back from a long injury and something like that. I get that, but you cannot be dictated. You have to make your own mind up. Generally speaking, yes, you need to take advice. I get it. You've got to take advice. I get all that.
Listen to it. Say no. Give him another. I'm giving him a little bit longer.
10 minutes.
Thank you for pointing out, but beat it. Right. To find out, let's speak to someone who knows exactly what it's like play under young Liam. When back at Derby, Richard Stearman joins us now. Richard, a very good morning.
Richard, good morning.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ali. How are you?
Oh, well, mate. Thanks for joining us. You heard this there, Richard. You know, there's no doubt about it. We're bursting for Liam to do well.
Yes.
Of course we are. We're bursting for him to do well. We want him to do well. We're willing him to do well. You've obviously experienced playing under him. I'd ask you this question first of all. Can you understand Alan and ours concerns a little bit that he won't be allowed to go and be his own man totally?
Well, first and foremost, I'm delighted that Liam got the job. Someone obviously I've worked with, but I think he kind of represents all us young British kind of coaching. So fantastic for him to get the gig. But yeah, listen, I think working under Liam, he's fantastic. His detail. He's obviously very articulate. I really enjoyed his press so far. And yeah, we're all willing for him to do well. Now, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of scepticism as he's not potentially been at this level before. But I think if you look at his sort of track record so far, he's been exemplary. He's obviously left Strasbourg in a better place than when he took them over. So listen, I think it's obviously going to be tough. But working under him, knowing him quite well, I've got every faith that he's going to be a success.
Richard, do you think he can handle I almost said big time Charlies? That's not the wording. It's some of the bigger names there who might look and say, who's this guy? Is that going to be one of his biggest obstacles to get them on his side?
Yeah, potentially. I think footballers, they've got that ego. They find you out very quickly. But I think once they start to work with Liam, they'll very quickly realise how good he is, how detailed he is, how articulate, how intelligent. His football IQ, I was very impressed with. Obviously, I was just with him as a player, so I wasn't privy to sort of working with him behind the scenes. But like I said, I think his track record so far speaks for itself. And yeah, it's potentially managing those egos. He hasn't quite been at that level managerial-wise yet, although he's had to work abroad. He's worked with a team in Strasbourg that are in the top level of their country. So there's going to be foreign players, international players, egos. So yeah, this is obviously a step up from that. But I have no doubt that from working with Liam and seeing him firsthand that he'll be able to deal with that and flourish with it.
Richard, what makes him a little bit different to what you've seen and what you've played under?
I think for me, Liam, when I signed for Derby, Wayne Rooney was obviously the manager. Liam was his assistant. So he obviously did the bulk of the coaching, as it were, did a lot of the tactical side of things, took a lot of the meetings, and it was really refreshing to see the sort of level of detail and how forward thinking he was. I thoroughly enjoyed working under him, and I think that was quite new at the time. Certainly in my career, to have that level of detail, it's something that I craved and really enjoyed. But I think as well as that, there's he wants to get to know the players on a personal level, have good relationships with them. And I think you could see that from the end, from the finish of the Charlton game just gone, how happy he was, how he was celebrating players, how he was hugging them, their interactions together. And I think he will bring that to Chelsea, that personal level of care and detail to the players. And I believe they'll really enjoy working for him.
I really hope the home fans get behind him tonight. It's a great game to be involved with. Arsenal.
I'm just looking at it there as well, Richard. I mean, you couldn't get a tougher game. I don't think I'd not beat Arsenal in 8. I don't think so. Massive game for
him. I mean, it's obviously baptism of fire almost, isn't it? He did incredibly well, or Chelsea did, as it were, in their previous game. A potential banana skin for them, and I just hope that, if it doesn't go right tonight, that he doesn't get written off straight away. It takes time. You guys know this. It takes time for him to, a management and a coaching team aren't magicians. They're going to need a little bit of time to implement their way of playing. Obviously, the team he steps into is littered with fantastic players and internationals all around the park. So it will be, a little bit of time to implement what Liam wants and the coaching staff, Justin and Ben Warner, want there. But I have full faith in, given a little bit of time, they'll be able to implement their style and hopefully lift Chelsea into sort of where they want to be.
Looking forward to it tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Richard. All the best.
Thank you. Good luck to Liam. Thank you. There you go, Richard Stearman.
Really want him to do well. You're the same.
Yeah, of course I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just hope they give him a chance.
That's what I think. Exactly.
Okay, right. Don't forget, Chelsea-Arsenal live on talkSPORT tonight. Cracker. Coming up, we'll ask Ali whether Antoine Semenyo could prove he is a world beater in this Manchester City side. That's coming next. 10 minutes to 10. Ali's alongside me. Our very own Will Gavin, Big Ginge, has done it again. He's taken the world by storm with his latest commentary moment. Have a listen to this.
He sends Bourne in motion, stomps his foot, gets the ball, looks to his right-hand side, steps up in the pocket, throws left instead. Touchdown Niners! Christian McCaffrey right on the G of the Eagles in the end zone. And in the fourth quarter, they retake the lead. San Francisco up 4-23-19. And this battered, bruised and banged up San Francisco team just won't take it lying down.
It'd be even better if it wasn't in a broom cupboard downstairs, wouldn't it?
No.
Imagine he was there.
Hey, but he was there at that one. I'm telling you.
Oh, was he?
He was. I know what you're saying, but he was
It's
there.
got millions of listeners. NFL legends are reposting it. It's all going to his head, though, as well. And it didn't exactly need to get any bigger. Right. There's his hat. Yeah, look. Don't know if you can see that on the telly.
Terrible, man.
Go on, Big Ginge. Oi, oi.
Oh, dear.
Right. You can write the heart of the action as well. Our latest competition has just landed. As talkSPORT giving you a chance to be at the greatest show on earth, the Super Bowl.
Well, that's what they
Sunday,
say.
the 8th of Feb.
8th of February, isn't it? As well as a pair of tickets for you and a mate, we're chucking in return flights to San Francisco, 3 nights accommodation and spending money. That's all covered now. Listen up, here's how to enter.
What would be your best movie from San Francisco?
Alcatraz.
Would it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on.
What about Bullet?
Yes. Tremendous.
Remember the car race in Bullet? Was
Yeah.
that not San Fran?
Steve McQueen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the car race?
Oh, I remember.
Where you're, whoa!
Brilliant. But
Yeah.
come on, Escape from Alcatraz.
Milo, wasn't it?
Oh, tremendous. Do you think those three got away?
I don't know. Don't know.
We'll never know, will we?
Shark-infested bay.
I know.
Underneath the Golden
See when
Gate.
you actually go there and you see it, you actually do think to yourself, oh, they must have escaped from there. I mean, clearly there's currents and all that stuff, but you'd think
I had a bit of an incident over the bridge in Oakland. Yeah.
I've walked the bridge.
We ended up in the wrong area, let's say that.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the car chase was even better than Bullets.
Very good, mate. Right, we better tell
Right, listen, how'd you enter?
Well, it's your line, isn't it? For your
all right.
I'll do yours then, you do mine. For your chance to win, text 1 to 83338. That is 83338. Text costs £2.50. Plus, Alan, your standard network rate.
Or you can call, I love this number, 0343 418 7260. It's different, the last one. 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 22nd of January 2026 at 4 p.m. And don't forget, that's when you need to answer your phone if it rings.
Okay, that's 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion, full T&Cs at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text 1 to 83338 now.
Righty-ho, yesterday announced that Michael Carrick, good luck, Michael.
All the very
would
best,
be giving
Michael.
the Man United job to the end of the season. Steve Holland in there, and Jonathan Woodgate. Parlour says a great guy.
Yeah,
will be in his backroom staff. We were joined just before the announcement by his former teammate Ben Foster, who had this to say on the appointment.
I think he's perfect for what they need right now. Whether it's long term, I think that remains to be seen. The next sort of 4 months of the season will tell us all we need to know. But for now, he's just nice and calm. Michael is. He really is. He's nice and calm. He never gets too excited. Never gets too carried away. He's the kind of person where you never really know what he's thinking because he is so calm and he's always got it under control. You never really know what he's thinking. And I think that carries a weight of respect, if you know what I mean. And I think him going into that dressing room, I think the lads will look up to him a little bit. And whether it's the answer or not, like I say, I think the rest of the season is going to prove that for us.
Ben Foster, and there's a good guy, Alan. I spent an afternoon with him in Parlour down in Browns in Canary Wharf. Had a few, chatting a little bit of business.
Great
nice
lad.
Guy.
Looks a really good lad. I've had him on a couple of times. Good lad.
Don't forget the Manchester Derby live and exclusive on talkSPORT this Saturday. You won't want to miss that. And join me from 6 a.m. as Gabby Bonlahor is with me. I'll be joined by a true Premier League legend, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He'll be with us too live in the studio. Right, predictions for tonight.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I
think a score draw.
I'm with you, mate. I'm absolutely with you. I just think it's one of these games. You don't really know what you're going to get with Chelsea, but I tend to think Chelsea have put in some of their better performances against better sides this season.
Yeah, and it'll be a great atmosphere.
Oh, but it'll be jumping tonight. But I've just read the said when with Richard on earlier on there, the record against Arsenal's not good.
Well, what's crucial, Ali, is they don't lose an early goal, Chelsea.
Yeah.
For Liam as well, you know.
I just think looking at the game, Arsenal clearly, have been in great form. Team of the season, probably certainly so far. With a good bit to go. I don't think Chelsea will get beat tonight. I don't think they'll get beat. I'm interested to see the second leg will clearly, I think Arsenal, clearly Steve will told us Arsenal will be favourites to go through.
And whoever wins takes on City in the final?
Yeah, I think so now. You'd have to be a brave man to tip that. I wouldn't say it's impossible for Newcastle.
Two great semis, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
Newcastle City and then this one.
Correct. And I think that's important. I know we like to see an underdog in a lower team. Of course we do. But at the same time, I think it now tells us just how important. We do criticise some of the big teams sometimes for not playing strong sides in the tournament. You look at the 4 sides that we've got in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, massive teams. Clearly it's a tournament and they want to win in fair play.
Right, what's your agenda next 2-3 days?
I'm heading back up the road. I'm at Forest Arsenal Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. That's a game.
Yeah.
That's a proper game. But mate, listen, great. I've got a couple of days off, so back up tonight and back up to the cold, I'm afraid.
So really that cold? Well, we've had some rain in East Anglia.
We've had rain as well, but I was telling you, up north, my sister got a bit of rain, a bit of snow up in Perth, but Aberdeenshire has been unbelievable, mate.
I left home this morning just after 3:30, and the water on the road's incredible.
Aye, there's a lot of rain, mate. So got back up the road, couple of days just chilling, and I'm looking forward to Forest to back into the weekend. Then busy week, a bit of Champions League again next week, but I'll see you next week.
Brilliant. I'll see you next week. Look forward to it.
Smashing, pal. Looking well. Joy
I'll see you tomorrow 6 o'clock with Gabby, and then Ray Party Parlour on Friday. Don't go away though. Simon and Jim coming next. Dan's a Leeds United fan. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, Ali. Morning, I forgot your name. Sorry, mate.
Don't worry, Pete. Get on with it.